Uh, knowing Mark.
Over there, Ryan.
5GE.
Look, I don't know how easy I can make it. So this is about the easiest part to come.
Mm.
Like
I'm
it can get.
surprised. I'm surprised you tagged Kayla in here.
I know.
I
Is
be
she
trying.
going to join? Oh,
I don't know. I be trying to get a woman's opinion on here, but you know,
because she knows she's not doing nothing either.
yeah, that's another.
But listen to her,
You sure?
her record player.
We're gonna try to keep it equal and balanced up in here.
Let me text write her. Actually, I'm gonna text her.
Okay.
I
Let me
don't
see
know.
if this is what.
Uh,
How many people can fit on this thing?
A lot
Up
actually.
to, I think it's like up to 10. Mm. No bad. What at all, Mike?
now
Let me
I'm
pause this shit and then close the damn door.
Damn, this new charger I bought is charging up my phone fast.
Fast
Okay.
chargers.
Yeah, watch it break next week.
Mm.
It's a little too fast. Oh, my back.
Yeah, the charger I got for my S9 charges fast as fuck too.
I don't trust that.
You won't trust it.
Mm-mm. It's too good to be true.
Oh my
I feel like
god.
it's gonna break. It's gonna break soon.
Oh my god.
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
As we ever would be.
All right, and we are live. Welcome to this actual live podcast run of You Know What? Don't Just Say Podcast. I'm your host, Ray. Joining me on this panel, we have Father,
White.
we have Xavier,
Hello.
and someone that I've been trying to get on the podcast for like the longest. One of my closest and dearest friends, my man Clarence.
How you doing?
How's it? All right. There's a lot that kind of happened this week. Where y'all want to start at?
Jussie Smollett. My boy
I,
Jamal
I
got
figured that was going to
jumped
happen.
by some hoodlums in MAGA hats. And you know what? They couldn't keep my brother down. He got right the fuck back up like a lion would and told them motherfuckers, y'all ain't break me. That's some nigga shit. I'm proud of that brother.
Well, at least we know how Wallace feels about that. How everybody else feel about it.
I am hoping and praying that it's real because people are trying to say it's fake and there's no proof. So I'm hoping something comes out eventually, some type of video to prove that happened because I don't see him doing a stunt like that. He's already successful.
What exactly did he do?
You said, what does he do or what did he do?
What did he do?
Oh, he was jumped, beaten by guys in MAGA apparel, and they put a noose around his neck and poured bleach on him.
The hell?
Yeah,
Yeah,
What type of
but
shit is
and
but
that?
also yelled gay slurs and stuff like that.
Oh,
yeah,
this is the guy from
Empire.
Empire.
Empire. Yeah, yeah, I heard a little bit about that. Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah, I know. I'm also hoping that everything here is real because I'm not gonna lie. The stuff I was looking up, it wasn't even like straight people denying it. It was like gay people kind of like not calling it skeptical, like people like Milan Christopher from Love and Hip Hop. It's like he doesn't believe him at all.
But you
But
think it's
my
some
Really?
so
publicity move or something?
Yeah, he just find he's like he's like I hope it's real, but he's like at the same time he was like born and raised in Chicago, and he was like how Chicago's a melting pot and shit. He was like so he's
wait,
kind
he
of
said the Chicago's is what?
it's like a melting basically like in a melting pot.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. That's like
That lawyer that was going off on the Spanish ladies in that place in New York, and he got his career ended. And New York is a melting pot. So please,
yeah.
somebody
That's I don't know what that is.
it's racist stuff everywhere.
I mean,
No,
yeah, I saw some articles where they was calling it a straight homophobic attack, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, it's homophobic and it's racist. It can be both. Let's not, you know what I'm saying?
because if he was white, it would not have happened. Maybe,
Exactly.
maybe not. We don't know, but
You have a point. Neil Patrick Harris has been gay for years, and no one's jumped him yet.
okay, okay.
I don't see anyone jumping Ellen Page either.
Or Ellen.
Exactly.
Or,
Everybody loves Ellen.
Um, Xavier, I see. Like, he was like, was people coming at you about this or something like that?
What you say?
It's like I seen your post on Facebook. It's like it seemed I don't want to say mad, but you was very strong about this. Like what happened? It's like was people coming at you about it?
No, you know how you just read posts and people can just be so ignorant and small-minded, or just don't look up information. They just follow what other people are saying, and
They just wrong.
you're just like, what are you talking about? Like, what makes what you say fact, set in stone? Like, I don't get it. And every time I do stuff like that, suddenly everybody doesn't see my Facebook. Like, okay, why won't you comment on that now? And sometimes I want to tag people.
You should. Like somebody else came in.
For real?
I don't know. The picture just changed or whatnot.
Oh,
No, that's Xavier's picture. Is he on mute?
I think so. Yeah, he's on mute.
Because he was just talking. I ain't mute him because he was just talking and he was.
But anyway, like, I feel what he's saying because there was a bunch of people that were just spreading false information about this shit. Like I heard one guy was trying to say, "Oh, Jamal wasn't attacked by no MAGA hats," and I'm like, "What?" I mean, it's in the article. What are you talking about? You feeling what I'm saying? And that whole, oh, it's a hoax because they didn't find any what's it called? They didn't find any like video evidence of it happening, and I'm like. But my man's was in the hospital. You know, how do you explain that? You think the nigga did it himself? That's Jamal lying. He don't need no clout. So it's like, what are y'all actually fucking talking about? Because now we're not talking about what's being shown to us. Now y'all just going off on a tangent talking about irrelevant shit and talking about fucking conspiracy theories about how it could have went down when your ass wasn't there. What?
Imagination is running wild.
That's what I'm saying. Like people love to reach just for no fucking reason. The shit be right there in front of them, and they'll find like the most irrelevant perspective to just throw out there. And then have the audacity to say, "I'm woke. I'm woke. I peeps that shit." Shut your bitch ass up.
Mm.
Well, I heard.
What you mean?
I heard he was
Was that
going to
so?
meet somebody.
Oh no, here we go. That's the nigga babble. That's
I
nigga
know,
babble.
right? People started saying that. I was like, oh, here we go.
You sitting there talking. I saw Jussie. He was on the subway, but what had happened was he had went to the wrong entrance, and the two white mans was trying to guide him to the right entrance, but he had spilled his little drink on one of them, so he got mad and grabbed him with the noose and said, "This is MAGA country. Respect my crippin." And then he dragged them all over the pavement, brother. Let me tell. And it's just, what are you talking about? It's like,
Now, my
no,
only thing is, I want to know why hasn't he said a damn thing out of his mouth?
Who, Jesse?
Yes, that's my only argument because I find that very weird. Like this happened to you, and you haven't said a word. You haven't made a post. You haven't said nothing. Mm, a bit peculiar, but hey.
well, there was he made like a press statement or whatever. He had like a press statement saying that he was fine and he was gonna release further details like further down the line because right now he's still trying to cope with it. But he was just basically saying thank you to the people that was supporting
Oh,
him and shit like that.
oh, please. You think you're the only
So
person? You're the only person that's ever happened to? I hate when
I'm
people
saying.
say, "I'm trying to cope with this." I'm like, we've been jumped. I've been jumped, and guess what? I went to school the next day. Okay, please. I mean, but at the same time, let me not compare because if it's true about the news, that's probably some
Yeah, that'll probably
scarring,
traumatize somebody.
right? So it's like, Kayla said that she's trying to join, but keeps saying error, so she just downloaded the app.
Uh, I just gave it a. I just sent the link in again, so she was like, "I just got it now." I get.
I hope you. Okay, let me see. I got it. If she don't get this, I swear to God, I swear she don't get this.
Okay. All right. So in other news, Kingdom Hearts 3 finally came out,
Oh
and
Lord,
Got
um,
grown men and women crying.
Lord. Let me get this off my chest because I was saying this in the chat when
go
them
Yeah.
ahead.
niggas were talking about, oh, it's out, it's out, oh, it's finally out. Shut y'all bitch asses up. Y'all were the same niggas complaining day and fucking night how the game was never gonna come out because Square Enix hates us and it's been so long. I don't believe in it anymore. And now you bitches are over there keep keying that the game is out and you got in your goddamn grubby ass hands. Shut the fuck up. Tired of people, man.
Yeah, they should know by now. Square Enix takes forever to do anything.
That's because their shit is quality. Like they
That's
don't
true.
they don't make games to make games. Like when they make games, that shit may take like 10 years because they actually put thought and effort into their shit.
Yes,
Like
they
I said,
do.
They're not gonna release no half-ass game for y'all. They're gonna give you the quality.
quality.
Quality and quantity.
I keep saying, do you want the game done or do you want it done right?
Right.
So
So
Mark,
how old do you
Exactly.
think? How old do you think you're gonna
Mark,
be when
just
Final Fantasy
let
VII
you know.
come out?
Mark, just
oh,
let
I
you know.
can't
I
wait.
can't hear you.
He's muted.
I think
Yeah,
he
he
muted
either
himself.
he no, he probably has to take his earphones in and out or something because that's why I kept going in and out.
True.
This thing was looking so dumb.
Yeah, but anyway, like I mean, yeah, I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3 yet. Obviously, you know who got it, so they've been playing that shit. But
Yeah.
let me tell you something that pissed me off. So I was on Twitch, right? And I was watching a stream. And this guy came in talking about, man, I beat that shit in 9 hours. That shit triggered me. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm tired of people taking these games and beating them in like 8, 9 hours. Bitch, you didn't play the game. You skimmed through the shit. You said, let me fight this
I
guy
know
and fight that guy and
you
skip all the
didn't really
cutscenes.
enjoy the game.
Exactly. You didn't even really enjoy the fucking
Mark,
game.
you need to turn down your background or something. I wish we can do this on PlayStation.
Or the party chat.
Yes,
Could you have it live though?
probably not.
Let's do it
But
live.
it's so clear. Those chats be clear as hell.
Oh, Lord. Okay, I think Kayla got it. She should be coming in soon.
I know a guy
I
who
was about
beat the game in a whole day.
Nigga, a game like Kingdom Hearts that took like almost 10 years to come out, nigga, I'm beating that game in like a
A
week
month.
or a week and a half. Like, I'm taking my motherfucking
Taking
time.
my
I'm
time.
noticing all the fucking textures. I'm reading every single paragraph twice. Nigga, I'm appreciating the fuck of what they gave me. I'm not gonna sit there and beat that game in 9 hours and say, well, I'm done with it. Fuck you.
Like,
I
Get
think
the
it's
I like.
fuck.
Did you even
like
beat any of the side
little
missions?
time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at least take the time to appreciate what the fuck that they actually put into the game. They made whole worlds for your ass. They got third party titles for your ass. They delayed the game. They delayed the game once. They've been hyping it up and hyping it up and hyping it up with trailers. Like, bruh, take the time to really appreciate that motherfucking game.
After a certain point, I didn't even want to see no more of those trailers.
That's true. That
I
is
was
that
like,
is.
I've seen enough. I know it's gonna be cool. Just waiting for it to come out.
Yeah, I know. Class, have you played it yet? Or
I have it. I played a little bit of it. I ain't play a lot of it. I'm trying to beat I'm trying to beat Birth by Sleep before I get into that because that's the one Final Fantasy game I didn't beat.
Oh, you never beat Birth by Sleep?
Nah, I'm trying to beat that and then I'm going to start on the third one
Hmm.
because that one's essential to the story. Because since this one got Aqua, it got Aqua in it as she looks
Aqua
like she a
Terra
bad guy.
and
Yeah, she looks like she a bad guy on this one. So
only play
someone's voice cracking up real bad.
yeah, I think Ray's Wi-Fi is acting up.
and the only reason I even got I don't know shit.
Okay. Hi. Hi.
Oh, she did it. I
Hi.
was worried. I was worried. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I thought you was gonna fuck it up.
I was like so confused. I didn't know what was happening. Everything went wrong for like 3 seconds. But it's okay. Hold on.
Well, now you're here.
Hello.
We're discussing Kingdom Hearts 3, and I expressed my distaste for people beating that game in like a short amount of time and not really appreciating what the fuck they gave you. I'm so
True.
tired of people doing that shit when it comes to single player games.
they be
Take
they
the
be
time
speed they be
to
speed running
appreciate
that
the fuck.
game.
Yeah, like I mean, ain't nothing wrong with speed running it, but speed run it when you fully appreciated the game.
Mm. Yeah,
Like,
like after you beat it.
people think it's impressive that oh I got the game and I beat it in this amount of time. Like, bitch, I don't
Yes,
care
I
how
don't
fast you
know
beat
who
it.
told you that we cared that you finished it that damn fast. Who asked? Or did you
See,
get
When
a
people
gold
beat
medal?
when people beat a game that fast, I'm like, God damn, that's all you did a whole day, isn't it?
Okay. You know you're hungry.
You
You
didn't
hmm
bathe or
know
nothing.
your fingers hurt. Just sit down.
You ain't brush your teeth.
Okay.
you ain't shower, nothing.
I know
Nothing. Nothing. Breath stank.
Ugh.
No.
Still got morning breath.
Okay.
Bro, I couldn't do that, bro. I couldn't. Like, you gotta like. It's like a book. You wouldn't read like a fucking 500-page book in one sitting. Like, nigga, you
I
take your
can't do
time and
that.
digest that shit.
I can't even finish reading The Outsiders. That's like a 90-page book. I can't finish that in one sitting because I be doing shit. I lose.
You ain't got a lot of time because 90 pages is
Your
a lot.
your ADHD kicks in.
It does.
that.
I'll be on page like 40 and be like, okay, I'm done.
Right? All of a sudden lexic.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I'm done.
I'll be
Yeah,
like, I
but like
lost my
that's what
spot.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about that old shit. It's just like, and then the people try to kill me when they try to discuss this shit, like they played it. They be like, "Oh, you remember the part?" And I'm like, I bet you $5 it took you like 8 tries to beat that mid damn part. You ain't just beat that game to beat that game. Nigga. You struggle. You
Okay.
fucking struggle.
Right. There's
Okay,
no
you
way.
probably put that shit on easy mode, skipped all the cutscenes with your
Like,
dumb ass,
you need the
and
cutscenes.
fucking skim through that shit. Don't sit here trying to talk to me, trying to discuss no damn Kingdom Hearts 3 when I know your ass ain't really play that shit.
I know.
Yeah, because I hate when you try to tell somebody about like a boss scene and oh that was easy. Okay. Okay.
Like,
I
easy
know
to you.
everyone says how difficult that damn part was, and you just so happened to breeze on through, huh?
I think they
Cheat
be
Okay.
lying for
codes.
real. I think they lying.
You just, of course. I'm like,
hmm
you know, you struggle just like us
Like, you ain't special.
at all.
See, half this shit I don't be wanting to tweet because especially when I get stuck on something, I start cursing a lot. I don't need. I do it enough in fighting games. I don't need to be
We're gonna be like, son of a bitch.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean
Wait.
that's what I'm saying.
I'll be right
Like
back. Sorry.
they be,
Sorry.
and like some of them be spoiling the shit too. And I'm like, my man, the game just came out like 2 days ago. There's like a 2 week grace period, or as a matter of fact, like 2 3 week grace period before you start discussing it. That's what the fuck we did for Infinity War. Now Infinity War, everybody
Yeah.
got on cold. Everybody was like, all right, listen here, motherfuckers.
Not
If
everybody, but
you
go ahead.
niggas, if anyone spoils this shit in this 2 3 week grace period, we are hunting your ass down. We are beating your ass,
Yep.
and nobody spoiled that shit.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, sorry.
That's what we need to start doing. Like with everything. Like y'all not just gonna sit there and fucking discuss this shit when you know the game came out like 2 days ago. If you and your circle of friends play that little game and then y'all beat it together, y'all can go in y'all little private party chat and talk amongst yourselves. As soon as you niggas start bringing that shit into Facebook or into Twitter with your scrawny ass talking about, man, I love that boss, bro. You remember the part with shut the fuck up.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Mark, I'm gonna need for you to use that mic, okay?
Hi,
Because no one is
Mark.
checking this chat.
I didn't even realize Mark was in here. Wait, hi,
Yes, and Mark is over there writing in the chat.
Mark.
Ain't nobody reading.
I can't do nothing about my
Oh,
background noise.
here we
Well, we just
go.
gonna have to live with it then.
It's all good.
What are you outside?
Okay,
It doesn't sound like
the
outside.
subway.
I'm in the car.
Next stop.
Oh, he's in the car.
uh,
Damn,
Okay.
okay.
hmm.
Mark, this is why I be thinking you trapping because you never in the house at regular time.
Bruh, because I don't need to be in my house. Ain't shit in there.
Oh, please. He be in that house playing that fucking game.
Xavier, what's in my house but the game? Ain't no food in there.
You don't cook.
What that have to do with what I said? You
of
be
the
in the
name.
house playing that game.
Yeah, but if I
Yo,
ain't playing the game, I'm out living life.
I'm living the best
Hello.
life.
Lord.
Where's the kick button?
Nah, don't.
Hey Ray, I do cook, but only breakfast food.
That sounds like every nigga I know.
You wanna know why?
I swear to God, nigga, if you say cereal, I will come to Anacostia and beat your ass.
Nah,
That's the
nah,
only. That's the only
nah,
thing I make during breakfast too. It's like
nah.
Listen,
frosted
I cook a
flakes.
Nah,
mean
I be
breakfast.
making, I be making
That's what every
omelets.
nigga say.
I be making
I know how to
omelets,
scramble some
French
eggs.
toast.
Like that's like very hard to do.
Yeah, I
Or
make a
French
little
toast.
omelet, French toast, and some oatmeal. Sometimes some cream of wheat.
Oh, cream of wheat.
Locked.
Ooh, fancy.
Locked.
Cream of wheat.
Cream of
Way to
wheat.
keep it black with the cream of wheat. You know, it is Black History Month.
I know,
That's
right?
Yes.
true.
We don't need the white man's oatmeal. We got the black man's cream of wheat.
Hey, if it's the white man's oatmeal, I'm only
But you can't
eating it
make
with
French
brown sugar.
toast.
Oh, I love French toast. Oh my god, I haven't had French
I can't.
toast.
I need to take y'all to this Italian restaurant place.
Goodbye.
It's in Georgetown. It's real
Only
good.
free food. French toast. Uh, cream of wheat.
Oh my
Lord, she
God.
starts snorting.
I
Yeah.
like my oatmeal too. I be eating oatmeal.
You be eating oatmeal?
I think I'm the
Yeah.
only person that does not like cream of wheat and oatmeal.
I like
Oh,
Are
both.
you a grits person?
me.
Nope.
Oh,
That's
so
Um.
I don't
you
like
don't
that
like hot
either.
cereal at all?
Huh?
You don't like hot cereal at all?
Nope.
You're not
I
weird.
I think
I
they're
don't know
terrible.
if you like you. So
man. My grandmother grits are too hard. That shit eating concrete. It be stuck to the spoon. It be a mess. I'm not eating that shit. My grandma be like, "Why don't you enjoy the stuff I cook for you?" And I'd be like, "Because you can't cook either. Your stuff whack." Like she can cook certain things, but like breakfast food, I'll be like, let me cook it myself because I like it a certain way. Like like her grits, it don't be no salt. I'm like, what is this
God.
fucking like? What is this?
You put salt in grits.
Like it don't be no
What
salt,
is
and
this?
and then the butter be like you know you're supposed to put the butter in and stir it, blend it in. It be like obvious. It'd be like that yellow ass spot looking like egg yolk for the butter.
Oh.
I'm not eating
oh
this shit.
wow.
That shit look terrible.
Oh my god.
And then my grandmother would be getting on my nerves because when I'm making my own food, my grandma would be like, "Oh, you need the butter, don't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, why? Where is it?" I put it in the freezer. Why is the butter in the goddamn freezer? She'd be like, "I gotta take it out. You gotta let it unthaw." I'm like, "That shit gonna have mold in it or something." I'm not even eating this shit.
Ew.
Who puts butter in the freezer anyway?
How do you do
She
that?
does. She
That's
don't. I'm like, why would you put the country crock in the freezer?
crock. The brown ass bucket.
Man, this should be dumb.
In the fucking freezer?
The
In the freezer,
freeze.
bro. And she be because I think this was 2 days ago. I was playing Resident Evil 2. I was going through Claire's campaign. She talking about something. When you gonna come off that game and eat? That's all you did all weekend was playing the game. And she been harassing me all weekend.
Tell
So
it, Grandma.
Yeah.
so I got fed up. I got fed up though. I said, you know what? When I play the game, at least I win. When you go and actually hit the number with the lottery, because all you do is lose. You
You
just
see,
you
and
really don't know how to.
that's when I would have kicked your ass out, threw your fucking game, your PlayStation out the door.
Hey,
Like now, I'd have been
so
like, now win that.
Now when-
I've been like, guess what? I'm like, go ahead and kick me out because you're gonna need my help to move anyway. They knocking this house down. Section 8 trash.
Oh my god, no.
He is showing out. Who you in the
That's
car with?
very far.
He in
Huh?
the car with somebody. He's showing out.
Oh my god.
You said who you gonna call with?
I said, who is he in the car with? Cause he is showing off.
Oh no, I ain't showing up.
He is showing out. He is cutting Grandma up.
She good.
Speaking of that, you
Oh
know,
my god.
happy National African American History Month.
When Donnie said
Yes.
that.
Lord,
Yeah.
Yes.
Donald Trump is a
Donald,
fucking trip, man.
I
I
can't,
can't believe he actually said that shit.
I can't stand his ass, man.
What did he say?
He said, "Happy National African American History Month."
Oh wow.
Look, I'm not
Oh,
gonna lie to y'all. I'm still on the him getting Big Macs and Wendy's and stuff for that college team. I'm still on
Okay.
Oh
that.
that was
yeah.
crazy. That was crazy.
I still find that the funniest shit ever.
He sure went to
Hey,
McDonald's and said, "Can I get that phone for phone, please?"
and my man said, "I paid for it myself."
Yo.
Can I get 304 for fours, please?
Yo, them
You
two,
see, you
yo,
saw some of them taking the
I
food
know.
like they was thankful as fuck, and I'm like, no, you're not thankful, nigga. You could get this any single time you want.
Oh my
I
Like
know he
You in
literally.
the White House eating that bullshit.
Okay. Because I'm going to
Right.
the White House for some lobster bisque,
Exactly.
That's
That's
what
what my
I'm
mom
saying.
uh,
said. I'm like, I would go for
Cobb
lobster.
salad.
Yeah.
I don't know, damn Big Mac.
I want classy ass food. I don't want a Whopper. They had
Okay.
like Whoppers
San
and shit.
San Pellegrino.
Yes. That sounds amazing actually.
Nigga,
Oh
when
my
I
god.
eat your food, I need to feel my wallet vibrate. That's how expensive the food needs to be.
I need
For
to
sure.
feel my water. No,
And he
I
couldn't
can't
say he was
talk.
going to Walmart. I
I
said
need the steak
he couldn't say
that
he was
melts
going
in
to
your mouth with a sauce that you can only get from the White House with exotic
Walmart.
ingredients from South America. I want all that shit.
All of it.
Look at them too.
And I want the fancy silverware that come with that shit too. I want my
Yep.
fork to look like the Holy Grail, and I want my spoon to be so clean I can look at my damn reflection on it. The fuck?
Now his fork look like a trident.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is my
You
phone
gonna
even
serve me
charging?
some
It's
damn
not
Big Mac.
working. I hate this
You gonna
thing.
serve me some damn White House
I
Big Mac.
went to Le Walmart. I mean, I said Walmart. I went to Target and they had a charger
Mhm.
that was $4.98,
Really?
Yikes.
and it works so good.
See, I need a portable charger. I need to get a
Do
portable
ya?
charger. Huh?
I said, do ya?
Yeah. Because sometimes I be wanting to bring my phone with me anywhere I go, and I'm just like, but my phone's like half dead. Because sometimes I just fall asleep and don't put my phone on the charger. Because I just
Mhm.
I just pass out while watching like TV or Netflix or something. So I'm
Can I
like,
say that we have gotten off topic of what the podcast is for?
oh shit. What was it about? Want to be about? I'm just kind of joined in. I'm
We
like, what's
talking
up?
about Kingdom Hearts stuff.
Oh, Kingdom
Yeah,
Hearts.
we
That's
were
right.
talking
Then we
about
Kingdom.
Kingdom
talked about
Hearts, but then
shows
I
and
segued it into Black History Month.
breakfast food.
It's already the first day, and we already done seen some bullshit. That
Some
that
bullshit.
Senator Booker guy, that Senator Booker guy is running for president
Yeah.
with his goofy ass.
I saw him on.
Um,
My dad was watching The View, and I saw him on the TV.
Who?
Senator Booker. He's running for president, and I saw him on The View actually this morning,
Uh,
and I was just like, this dude's the guy running for president. Because I've
what's wrong?
heard.
What's wrong with Booker?
I don't see anything wrong with him. I'm only
I
seeing.
like. I'm about to say I like him. He was at the Kavanaugh
Mm-hmm.
casing.
Yeah,
He
because
was
I've
a beast.
really because I've only heard his name, so I'm
oh
like, I'm
no, no,
looking
no,
at
no, yeah. He was going in on that Kavanaugh case. He was going in.
He's
really
good.
because
Now, Kamala,
oh,
Kamala Harris.
I hate her.
we still got some, but she did. So that white guy at the town meeting, he did address her, and
Yeah.
he brought up some very good points, very direct, and she answered them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
What was the question?
don't ask me now.
Basically,
It was,
he
was
brought up
like
her
a
past history of things.
exactly. It was like a long question.
Oh, it's like
And
one of them.
she did have reasons for stuff, for reasons, for what she did.
Hmm.
And it's like, okay, but it's still some things I'm like,
Yeah, because I'm still kind of iffy on. Her. I'm just gonna be doing my research on them. Like,
She from the research I've done on Kamala Harris, she's actually very, very shady. Like,
I've
first of
heard
all,
that.
she's actually taking donations from Donald Trump himself. Oh yes,
Really?
you can look that up. That's public knowledge. That's like a factual thing. She took money from Donald Trump.
Oh shit.
And also she has a very, because she used to be a prosecutor.
Hmm.
So when it came to a lot of cases, especially when it comes to like um black people, she's known to take a little bribe here and there. So
Oh, she's
she's
kind
kind of
of.
shady. Yeah, she's kind of on that shady shit. So
No shit.
Yeah, I
Um.
was about to ask y'all, how do y'all feel about these candidates that's been coming out? Because I see a lot of them, a lot of females are running, and
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know much about them except for Kamala Harris, but I'm a little iffy on her too.
I'm iffy on her too.
but if you don't
Honestly.
yeah,
follow politics, then you're not gonna really know some of these
yeah,
people.
because
Yeah.
yeah,
It's.
Those
politics.
are
You gotta
they're
look
really
into
in
that
the
shit.
politics. But
Yeah.
Howard Schultz, who you should know, is
I've heard that name.
he used to be the chairman and CEO of
Starbucks,
Starbucks,
right?
and he's
Yeah, I heard
running
that
for
name.
president. And the
Really?
ladies you chewed him out,
Really?
chewed him out,
What? Really?
and I don't think he will be running in the next year or two. He might decide not to do that anymore.
Oh my
Damn.
god.
He got dogged out of his candidacy.
Dang.
I mean, he's still, obviously he hasn't backed out, but he was like the he seemed like he couldn't really handle their fast questions and their quick comments.
Mm-hmm.
And he seemed a bit defensive, and I'm sitting here like, you're almost like
Uh-oh.
he's like a Donald Trump though, like a businessman, no government experience, no military experience,
Right.
another billionaire.
No.
Mm.
And he thinks his alibi is, oh, I'm from the projects of Brooklyn. Okay.
Like,
Okay.
what else? Like,
And that
what's
was how
up?
long ago? In the damn 50s?
Yeah, right. Like, what else do you do?
Right.
Yeah, break. You're a billionaire now.
And it's not even that. It's not even really all that even. Like, you see people like Kim Kardashian and Kanye West trying to get into politics too, and I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, Kim's doing a
I'm
whole
like,
bunch of stuff for prison reform, I think.
She's
yeah,
actually still done though.
she's
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
gonna
she
say
got it
though,
done.
but
She's
I need
doing.
people. I need people to give her credit
Yeah,
because
me
people
too.
trying to play her. I said, okay, but if it wasn't for her, that lady would still be in jail.
Exactly. So I give
I don't
her
care what
all
no
the
one
credit.
says. If it wasn't for her, Miss Centoya Brown would still be not getting out.
Oh
Right.
no,
I,
everybody wanted her ass out. That's the one we're like, nah, she needs to be free
so
Yeah.
because that's some
I'm like,
bullshit.
so what? If Kim
Free.
might have done it for publicity, she did some
Right.
nice,
She did.
right,
She got off her
positive.
butt. Like,
I just think when it comes to Kim Kardashian, I just think it's just like her image that people just attack just because she's a Kardashian and it's easy. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
mm-hmm.
You know,
Exactly.
you know it's funny you say that because I think she's been trying to change her image for like these past couple years. Like I don't
She
think she want
has.
to be known as that, especially since she had kids. I don't think she want to be known as the woman that got famous off of sex tape. So
Yeah.
I think she's been trying to do more entrepreneurial stuff and politics stuff to like get people with the
But that's the thing, though. She's
like,
been doing other
represented.
stuff.
She always did that stuff.
Been done other stuff. It's just that people are messed up.
Yeah.
They're not gonna let that down. They're gonna make you. They're gonna remind you, just like they
Yeah.
remind Brandy that Brandy is a murderer.
I
What?
forgot all about that. I remember.
What did Brandy do?
She ran somebody over.
Not ran them over.
My
She didn't run
God.
them over. They got
Yes.
into an accident, and the person in the car died.
They are never gonna let they're never gonna let Brandy sing again. Like she's done. They're not gonna let her sing
So
again. Her
No.
I
career
don't know
is
why.
over.
I don't know why that was funny. I think it's just the way Ray said it. He's like, he ran somebody off. He just
I
casually
knew
run
it in the
someone over and
car.
be like, oh,
Listen, whoop. Like,
whoops.
you seen 18 another one today?
It was like, whoops.
mm,
Willie!
I would be so embarrassed if that's what I'm known for. Oh yeah,
Oh,
remember Xavier? You killed somebody.
oh my god.
Who the fuck I killed?
Like, when did I
Me?
do
No,
this?
I didn't kill anybody.
I'm like, I'm never.
I said they hit my car.
Like,
Oh shit! Here we go. Shavon over there splaining. Hold on. What is he saying?
Shavon.
Oh no, there you go. He's splaining over there.
What? Where?
That's
I'm
exactly
Over
what
there
we're
and
talking about.
story fast
good.
because I needed answers. Proud mode is easier in this game. I beat literally everything first and second try.
Here we go.
Oh.
I was about to say, kind of prove your point right there, Wallace.
Bruh, I can like at this point, it's just I can read the fuck out of people at
I'm
this
kind
point. I
of wondering
just
what does he mean by? Oh shit! Oh
what?
my! I
What?
forgot I had something on the stove.
You better go check on that.
Said,
Okay.
don't burn the house down.
That reminds me of a story.
Oh, story time.
Oh my god!
It was like
Fuck.
maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I made cookies for Valentine's Day, right? And they were like, I just made cookies, right? And I like had them all in like a little tin, and then I made them, put a little icing on them and everything. They were all cute, and I gave them to my boyfriend at the time. 3 months later, my parents were like, "What's that smoky smell in the oven?" And they were, I remembered I made more than like 6 cookies, and the things that were burning in the fridge were the cookies that I had forgotten, and they were in the stove for like 6 months. I mean, 3 months.
Wait a minute. Whoa!
Wait,
What
what?
happened?
You forgot You forgot cookies for 3 months, my nigga.
I did. The ones I didn't give to Gabe were the ones that I left in the fridge. I mean, in the oven for like 3 months. Mark!
The long one.
Wow.
That's the first for me. I ain't never heard of someone leaving cookies for 3 months in the oven. So for the whole 3 months, you didn't see that shit in the oven. If you wanted
Wait,
to make chicken nuggets or fish sticks or whatever the fuck, you ain't see them shits in the oven for 3 months.
No, I
What
don't
the
think so.
fuck?
I didn't see it. None of us
Them
saw
joints
them.
must have been
no.
charred.
Wait,
What
They
the
were
fuck?
charred.
wait.
Them joints must have been charred.
We had to throw the whole
You at
thing
least
away.
smell something. At least. After
Because
they
we
done
mostly
burnt.
oh
Because
my
we mostly
god!
use the stove top. We don't really use the actual oven often. But it's
Does
like
it mean
I
that
put them in a.
y'all don't bake and y'all
I
don't
didn't put it
make
on the
steak?
very top rack. I put it in like the last rack where we know we don't put anything. It was in like that last rack. See, I was dumb. I was like
I think
18.
your braids are too tight.
I think, bruh,
Oh my
that has got to be the most head ass shit I've ever heard of in my life.
I love
I'm
you,
like,
Kayla, girl, but
like you had not you have not had to use the joint for like 3 months, and then nobody just sit there and is like, "Oh, they're the cookies."
No, they didn't even know because I forgot until my mom pulled
yeah.
them out the oven. Hold on.
I would just cut the cuss y'all out.
Yeah, I was like 3 months. This not no like
You know,
3 whole months, 90 fucking days. of cookies in the motherfucking oven. Y'all niggas ain't open that shit. Y'all niggas ain't bake nothing else. Y'all didn't put nothing else in there. That shit's sitting there for just 3 months.
I think it was 3 months. It might have been less time.
Nah, no. Don't switch it now. It's 3 months. It's confirmed, nigga.
It's 3 months now.
It was
It's
like
3 months.
April.
So if y'all ain't turned the stove on, how did it burn up?
Well, actually, okay, I think I remember now. Hold on. I think I remember better.
Making up stories.
No!
Yeah, here comes the nigga babble.
First of all, I believe this. I don't know why, but I do. I believe.
Yeah, you believe it?
No.
Kayla.
Kayla would definitely do some shit like that. You would definitely leave cookies in the fucking oven for 3 months.
I did. It was like, where was it? Oh, wait, no, they were on the middle rack. The cookies were on the middle rack.
That's even worse.
That's the first thing you look at.
They were on the middle rack, and my mom was making something. And then she's like, Kayla, what the hell is this? There's like these cookies up in here from like Valentine's Day. And they were like all dark and gross. It was, we had to throw the whole pan away.
You had better throw the whole pan away.
The whole
Y'all
no,
could've-
because it burnt the pan. It wouldn't come out. The rings wouldn't come off it, and I tried like for days to get the little dark circles out of the pan, and it wouldn't come off.
Yeah,
Lord.
My parents just looked at me, and they were like,
I'm like, you're not cooking anymore, sweetie.
Why is that what they said? And then the next year I made cupcakes, and I double checked the oven.
Hold on. Yeah.
They don't let you use the stove no more, do they?
Barely. Unless
you know what?
mozzarella.
That's God's plan right there. That's God's plan.
I'm pretty sure that's God telling you to marry rich. You don't need to just get it made.
Get it made, bitch. Get it made.
Get you a consuela, and then your day will be good.
Oh my god.
No
Make
stove
sure-
using
make
for
sure you
you.
don't get
No.
Make sure you don't get no government job in case the government shut down.
You go.
Why is it not letting me charge my phone? Oh, mother trucker, dude. Hold up.
Her charger must be bad.
Yeah, I think it's fucking up.
Just like
I
the
know.
Just like your cooking.
Where I know there's. This is all. Oh, okay. About to say.
Oh, speaking of the government, y'all hear about that dude, that Virginia governor that was wearing the fucking blackface?
Yeah, my mom.
Oh, and the KK, they had the KKK.
Yeah. My mom.
Where y'all get all this news from? I need to be.
Nah, I mean,
I had the CNN app.
I
get the news all day, every day.
Yeah, I just go on Twitter. Like
every
it's
morning,
all over my timeline.
I sit there and watch Fox News.
Are they still mostly Republican Fox News?
Oh no, not Fox News, Fox 5 News. Excuse me. Let me be specific.
Oh, you watch Fox 5 DC. You watch DC.
I watch Fox 5 News, and then after that, Wendy Williams come on, and then that's when I have to go.
Is she doing well? I heard she was
don't
sick,
try
I
it.
believe.
She's not dead. Like Ricky Smiley was there. I was like, why is Ricky Smiley here?
Is she doing okay though? I heard she was sick.
No, nobody really knows what's wrong. They don't know why she hasn't been back. You know, she don't talk about her business.
Which is smart.
I think she's handling like personal stuff because I heard her and her husband was going through a divorce.
Dang,
really?
Yeah.
It's been rumors for years that he has a mistress and she's pregnant now, they say.
Oh my god.
But I try not to listen to the rumors, but
last time I saw her, she was
rumors are getting stronger and stronger.
Right.
Which proves the point that even though we make better hosts, we can't cheat right.
Yeah.
Yo, Wallace.
They're like, oh, he moved her down the street from their house, and
now that was bold.
That's bold. That's like.
Now, if that is true,
No, but no one is bolder than fucking Peter Guns from Love and Hip Hop. That
Okay.
man had a whole other chick in the same damn apartment complex.
Upstairs.
That's my guy. He knows how to be ain't shit. That's
Oh, God.
your side chick is your wife.
He has punk girlfriends. Couldn't be me.
I couldn't do
Nah,
it.
it's funny because every time they bring up Peter Guns, they be clowning Amina. They be clowning her ass. It's like it's got to be the dumbest bitch.
How do you stay?
She keeps forgiving her.
How do you stay? Like I would have to leave.
I couldn't stay.
You cheat on me while I'm pregnant? No.
I'm so out.
Bye.
Not only that, it was multiple times, multiple pregnancies.
What?
How you get cheated on in 2-3 pregnancies with the same woman that also got a child by that nigga?
Oh my God.
They was pregnant at the same time.
The same time.
Sounds like Lil Wayne.
He's
Dirty
spreading
South.
his seed, ain't he?
Lil Wayne looks like what pneumonia
Lil Wayne did the same thing with Lauren London and that other girl.
Yeah.
I'm like,
stop wearing them like big oversized ponchos he be wearing. That nigga looked like E.T. when he was riding on a bike. I can't stand it. He looks old and sickly.
He looks
dirty.
Who, Peter Guns?
No, Lil Wayne. He always look like he got some type of residue on him.
Yeah, he looks like mildew. Ugh.
He looked like he's auditioning for Cicely Tyson. That's
what's wrong with Cicely Tyson? What happened?
No, not Cicely Tyson.
No,
plays Sojourner Truth.
Oh, I got so scared. I was like, Cicely Tyson, no.
No, I think Lil Wayne's trying to be Cicely Tyson's stunt double. That's what I think.
No, he's being Sojourner Truth.
Oh my God.
Or Harriet Tubman, one of those two.
I'm about to follow you to the Underground Railroad.
Yeah, money.
Money.
That nigga look like a roach antenna.
What you need.
He do look like a roach antenna. Look at him.
He do. Oh my God, a whole antenna.
God. And he did that song paying homage to XXX and Tashion's ass.
Extension cord.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he.
Oh no,
yeah, don't cry. Yeah.
Don't cry.
Bye, Kayla.
I'm saying, like, I heard the song too, and I was like, I get it, but why?
Why did this have to be a thing?
Why? And speaking of why, my boy 6ix9ine is about to get like 49 years.
Good. Hope he stays in that bench. I hate 6ix9ine.
He's about to get 49 years but he's trying to get the sentence lessened by snitching. Basically, he's dry snitching.
He being a bitch.
I mean, that's 49 years. I don't know, nigga.
I'm snitching too. Shit.
I never did it. That's just
shit. I'll be crying like a canary. Wait, that's not the saying, is it?
Sing like a canary.
Yeah.
Sing.
Lord.
You know what's the sad thing about 6ix9ine when everybody, all the OGs were telling him to slow down and you like stop doing dumb shit, and he kept doing dumb nigga shit, and then they caught up with him.
Mm-hmm. They know because half their friends are in jail right now from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yo, I'm trying to tell you right now.
You know what it is, though? You know what it is? I feel like in the 90s, it was much more organized. It was much more organized in the 90s.
No, you get away with it because the technology.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It was like, but like now today, you got these little dumb niggas flexing on the gram and shit. Like,
exactly.
If cops want to catch you, all they gotta do is look at your Snapchat.
Like the boy from Chicago that had a damn bazooka.
Yeah.
Rondo number 9.
Bazooka.
Like, where do you go to purchase a bazooka?
What kind of
And
backwood
I'm
kid
not
is
talking
that?
about the damn gum.
Bazooka stuff?
Where the hell do you
Yeah,
go?
You go to back page.
I
Back.
know it was. It was the rapper Rondo number 9, and this man had a big ass bazooka, and he sold it on Instagram.
A bazooka?
And then the
And
next
I'm
day,
like,
the feds came to his door.
you have got to be the dumbest motherfucker alive showing that shit on the internet.
I know. Like I cringe. Like back when I used to
Okay,
follow
because I
Lil
need you out.
Pumpers.
I need you out of my city that I live in, because I'm
That's
scared.
right. That's fucking right. But yeah, like I find that the thing that's interesting to me about the whole 6ix9ine case is the simple fact that it was only because he was affiliated with those people. It's not like he actually really did anything, but
Yeah.
the fact that he kept claiming in his songs, he kept like claiming and he kept hanging around these dudes, and I'm like, bro, you bringing the heat up, like
Yeah.
you gonna get these
Like
motherfuckers
he was
caught up.
affiliated with them before he started popping, but it's
Yeah,
like, why are you acting dumb? Like you don't know what happens when you keep claiming that stuff.
Right.
Because nobody learns from Bobby Schmurder.
He's isn't he getting
Hmm.
released soon?
yeah,
Uh,
his 7 years is almost up.
yeah.
Is his
And I
hat
don't feel
ever
bad
gonna
for him
come?
either. People are all upset that he got sent to jail. Too bad for him.
Is his hat ever gonna come back down? He threw it up.
His hat is still up there somewhere.
It's in space
Still up there
orbiting
somewhere.
the Earth. It's just
I don't hope the brim hit his ass in his fucking eyes.
I got a visual.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's
That
dumb.
hat, yeah,
Like
you know, I ever
look
seen
how
that
he
hat
messed
come
up
back?
his career. He messed up his career. He messed up his life to be
Mm,
showing out.
I agree
For
with that.
who?
He
You
had the
music.
number
At the end
one
of the day,
song.
you a music artist.
He
Are
had the
you
number
dumb?
one song in the country when he went to jail. He
Like
was like,
you're mad dumb.
he was about to pop off.
I mean,
Oh,
no, the thing is, he
he's
did
already,
pop off.
he's
Well,
already popped.
Yeah,
yeah,
the thing he did pop off. The only issue was that when he got caught along with along with his peoples, he actually took they actually offered him a deal, and there was like, all right, if you tell, we're gonna lessen your sentence, but if you don't tell, you and your partner get 7 years each. And then he's like, you just gonna have to put us in jail then. So
So
Bobby Schmurder didn't snitch, and then he got put in for 7 years along with his boy.
yeah, because
dang.
they found out more stuff. Good.
Yeah,
You want to be gangsta? You can't be famous and gangsta.
You
and
can't.
the
No, no.
fucking
You
and
see
the
the
fucking
Italian. You
Famous.
see them the mafia men that are no longer exist. They
Right.
wasn't trying to get in
yeah.
the limelight.
Mm-hmm.
They knew what they were doing. How you gonna be doing gangster shit and then want to be famous?
Right.
That's why you have people do that stuff for you, like Diddy.
Did he straight up? Yeah.
Because I believe the stories. I know Diddy been getting people killed or
Didn't he
beat
assign
the
people to
fuck
get
up.
killed to
A lot
kill
of
I
people
find it
two?
funny
got
when rich people try to maintain hood culture.
Like this cafe in Brooklyn.
I mean, yeah, but like that just goes back to like the record companies back in the day that would sign like rappers from the street and then be like, hey yo, do that yo shit, and then we'll pay you a whole bunch of money, not teach you how to use it, and make you sign contracts that fuck you over like 5 years from now, where all your shit belongs to us.
Well, that's
So
they
it's
fault
like,
for reading.
Yeah,
yeah,
you have
They
to
give you
read
time. They
contracts.
give you time to read. If you don't read, whose fault? I keep telling people that. I said you might have been hood, but I know you can read, and then that's when you jump in a face like TLC did with Clive Davis and say, "No, bitch, I want my fucking royalties. I want to be making money off this stuff.
yo,
And if you
I
don't, I'm
didn't.
gonna bust you when you leave this place." So you have one of two choices. But no, people just sign off and sign their life away. They don't read. Okay.
Yeah, but that shit was the epidemic then, though, because it
It
wasn't just
was.
TLC; it was a whole
Yeah.
It
bunch
was
of
many
people.
people.
Tony
I mean,
Braxton
like,
got it to work too.
um,
anybody on the face.
what's it? Like my girls En Vogue. They were on
Yeah,
top.
Yeah.
and they weren't even making money like the Brat. The Brat was making more money than them.
It's crazy.
They said that they weren't making money like that, and they were on top at the Grammys, Pepsi commercials. How
Yes.
you
Yeah, they were
doing
like,
all that, not making money? Who didn't? Why didn't your lawyer read the contract properly for you?
right.
Mm-mm. I already know I won't. I can't be famous because the moment I see you trying to fuck me, uh,
Oh,
Oh
he was going so hard he fucking dropped the cone.
I think the government got him.
no. Oh my. They're like, listen
They ain't
here.
like what y'all was saying.
Yeah, it was too hot. It was too hot.
The
But
block.
nah, I feel what he was saying because
I
like
agree.
that shit that they be doing, it happened in New Edition too, where they used all the money that they got from the tour to pay everybody except them,
Yeah,
and then they brought home $1 each to split.
like literally $1 to split. I'm
I'm
like,
like, my nigga,
how do you? Oh my god.
yo, bruh.
I hate to see that happen to our peoples. And
Yeah,
yet,
we get
people still
put
want to
up.
sign 360 deals.
Well, what's his name? Joe Bunny was trying to talk to Yachty about that shit too. He
I
just,
remember
yeah, he
that.
just said it in the most old head way possible.
Hang on, kicked them out.
The feds
Why?
got him. The feds got him.
Wait.
He was spitting that hot fire. They got his ass.
Lord, can you get?
So switch the topic. Tangibles 2020. I know you saw that shit, Ray.
Yeah, I did.
So explain to the good folks what that is exactly.
I was going to ask you because, as far as I'm concerned, from what I got from it, it was just like, oh, um, what are we voting on and all that other stuff? Because I remember him talking about Roland Martin and him calling him a boule bird. Tariq Nasheed called Roland Martin called him a boule bird. And Roland Martin, it seems like Roland Martin is with Kamala Harris because he had
Yeah.
her on his show, and a lot of people was voting on her. But obviously Tariq Nasheed's not with it because he obviously know the history about Kamala Harris and what she's done. So that's as far as I know. Do you know more?
Um Well, to add on to that, I know that he launched this campaign called Tangibles 2020 because he said he's tired of seeing candidates talk about immigration and LGBT, but not anything specifically for Black people. And whenever he wants to talk about Black people, they always put him in that people of color, minorities trick bag. And then we get the trickle down, which means we don't really get nothing at all. So he says,
Yeah.
no, we're going to launch a campaign called Tangibles 2020, where we actually talk about specific shit specifically for Black people.
I've been saying that for years, though. I feel like, and it's not their fault that they do it because I feel like we let them. It's just that every time when Black people have a problem, we'd be the first one out there, and everyone joins and then piggybacks until like their shit matters more than the Black people, and then we're just left with the crumbs or nothing at all. And I feel like that's
Yeah,
been
that's
doing it
true.
for years, from like the feminist movement back in the 70s and 60s to
Mm-hmm.
like other shit that's been happening. So I'm kind of glad this is kind of happening because I've said this a lot. We should be Black first before anything. We should, if
Yeah.
anything, get our shit done before everybody else get their shit. Because it's by the time, like I said, by the time we get our shit or we ask for our shit, people looking at us like we stupid.
But
That's true.
the problem is that Black people try to join causes with everybody and be a
They
part of
put the
people's
cape on.
causes before they're a part of their own causes.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
They love to cape. They love putting on that cape.
Yeah, they like the cape.
And I'm like,
The cape for
and I'm
the
like,
cape for,
yeah, but like I mean, like I understand because we're just a very we want to see everybody at least you know have a good space in their communities and shit. It's just that when our shit is not in order, we can't go out there and make sure other people's shit in order
yeah, you
because
can't
that's like
you can't save somebody else when if you can't save yourself.
yeah, it's like that. There's no point. They not because they won't do the same shit for you. Like
No, they won't, and they haven't. That's why
what
we
other
still up shit's creek.
yeah, like what other minorities do you know that cape for black people just as hard as we cape for them? You can't name one.
None.
Mm-mm.
You can't name one. They always
They
like to
be
say
side
black and
eyeing the
brown,
fuck out
black
of
and
black
brown.
people.
Yeah. And it's just like I see the con game they be trying to play. Because whenever whenever shit happens and there's a lot of black people not speaking about it, they get mad as fuck. They be like, "Man, where you guys at? Where you guys at?" Martin. Then they start doing the whole Martin Luther King had a dream speech
I hate.
shit, talking about we're all in this together. We're all brothers and sisters. But when a nigga gets killed in the street, y'all niggas are nowhere to be found.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, wow, like that's crazy to me that they have the audacity to do that shit. And it's not a knock to like Hispanic groups or like LGBT or none of them. It's not that we're knocking them, but at the same time, like, bruh, we need to get our shit in order. And if you're not gonna rock with us, then we're not gonna rock with you. And I feel like a lot of people need to be on that.
Yeah.
Right.
Holy shit.
Oh shit!
We're, oh my god.
What do you think, Clarence?
I mean, I agree. I mean, it's like Tyreek Nasheed would say, he ain't my favorite person in the world, but I definitely agree with him on that fact though. You know, we
Oh
cape
man,
we cape too hard for other people, and that's gotta stop. I mean, it's okay to try to help other people, but you gotta help yourself first. That's my only thing.
yeah, the priority needs to be us.
That's priority
Yeah.
number one. And then once you get yourself in order, then you could try to help those other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what he's been saying all along. And bruh, like I be scrolling through his Twitter page, and like the Democrats are starting to like put his ass on blast. Like, so that's how I know he's really making noise out here. Because like the
Because
Democrats is getting on him. What's his the woman who founded Me Too, Tamara Burke or whatever, she
Mm-hmm.
started even tweeting at him, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like he's actually making noise about this shit. Like they're actually taking notice.
that's because the Democrats. That's because the Democrats care more about the other groups than they care about us. I can tell you that right
No,
now.
that's a fact.
The Democrats, when they come time for elections, they don't even try to cater to us like that.
Yeah,
They try to cater to the LGBT, feminism, or they try to appeal to the uh, legal
the
immigration,
immigrants. Yeah,
legal immigration or something like that, or immigration,
yeah,
like Hispanics and whatever.
yeah, man. Yeah, it be like that. And they try to pull that whole intersectionality shit. And I'm like, I understand what y'all are saying. I really do, and I see what y'all trying to say. The issue is ain't shit for black people. Ain't shit for no niggas.
Because
I actually hate the term "person of color." I've always hated that term.
I
I hate
hate
that
that
term too.
motherfucking term.
they
I
be
Do
very
not call me
really
specific
no
about
hate
the
that
person
other
of color.
term.
groups. When they want something done for LGBT, they say LGBT. They want something done for women, they say women. When it when they want when we want something, they never mention us at all.
Yeah, it's that little trick bag.
They use that word. What's that word they use, Raymond?
Person of color.
Yeah. Minorities. They
Oh
lump
yeah,
us all in
minorities.
minorities.
Minorities, people of color,
Mhm.
marginalized groups.
Marginalized groups. Yeah, that's a big. I always see that. Yeah.
Like,
It sounds so demeaning too. Like when you say "person of color," it's
Yeah. Like, nah, bitch, I'm black.
it's like you're trying to flip the word on colored people.
Right.
It's
It's one step below colored. I
You know,
can't.
that's what
I can't
it's
Yeah,
do
like.
that's
it.
what I'm saying.
Matter of fact, Clarence, we was talking about that when we was like had our walking BlurCon, and there was a lot of LGBT person. It was like a lot of acronyms in there. It's like one of them.
I know what you're getting at, but go ahead.
It was like LG. One of them was like, and there was nothing wrong with it, but it was a lot of panels for like the LGBTQIA,
Mhm.
POC, and I was
BYP.
like, there's a lot of fucking acronyms on here.
No, yeah, no, I saw. Yeah, I saw what you were talking about too. Even on Twitter, because I follow this. Twitter page called Black Girl Gamers. But they stay talking about minorities, women of color, and I'm like, I understand what y'all doing and what y'all doing is fine, but y'all need to be specific. Do you want to do shit for black girls or do you want to do it for girls of color? Because if you do
Mhm.
girls of color, I promise you, you're not talking about black girls. I
Right.
promise you.
Yeah, BlurCon is a perfect example of what we was talking about. It's supposed to be a convention geared towards black nerds, blurs.
Yeah,
Mhm.
But
yeah.
they talk about everybody else. They talk about LGBT. They just talk about people of color and everything. And they could just never just focus on black people.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's like I understand because they're trying to make money with it, but at the same time, if you want to center yourself around something that you believe in when it comes to a particular group of people, don't be afraid to say what it is. Yes, this is BlurredCon, black nerds, black, not no coloreds, not no
Right.
Hispanic, not no Latinx, not none of that. Not if you LGBT you can come, if you white you can come, if you Hispanic you can come and kick it with us. But don't forget this is black.
Mhm.
Don't get it twisted.
Right.
That's why I'm like with Dr. Umar Johnson when he usually says you black first before anything. It's like, and I've always like I've come to that. It's like before anything comes, you're black first. So I've been like on that path for like the longest.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things I agree with him on. But I'm gonna tell you when it gets tricky though. It gets tricky when you start incorporating the LGBT into it because the LGBT, the black LGBT, they feel like, well, since I'm gay, black people don't really fuck with me like that. But at the same time, if I go to the LGBT, they racist as hell over there. So I'm like, whoa, what the fuck?
Mhm.
And it's like, and I see that shit all the time on Twitter where there'll be there would be people talking about I don't know if you know him, George M. Johnson on Twitter. I don't know if you know him or not, but
Nah,
he's like one of the most vocal gay men on Twitter that I've ever seen.
I actually
And
think I've
I
seen him.
yeah, and like I mostly disagree with his points because he starts talking about that whole black man is the weakest link of the black community because of toxic masculinity. He starts getting into all that shit. And I'm
Mhm.
like, my man, like
I
I
beg to
understand
differ.
what he's saying. Yeah, like I understand what he's saying, and I understand what like black people are saying. They're basically saying, look, you can be gay, that's fine, but like we all need to be on one specific code when it comes to these white supremacists out there. Because I promise you, they're
Mhm.
not killing you because you gay. They're killing you because you black first. You feeling what
Mhm.
I'm saying? If they was killing your ass because you was gay, there'd be a whole bunch of white gays that'd be splattered all over these streets. But they're not. But
Mhm.
that's not the case.
It's
Like these
mostly.
white gays, they're getting laws passed. They getting certain rights handed to them. The
Mhm.
only the only real blow that they took was the transgenders not being able to be in the military anymore. But
Yeah.
one thing I noticed is that even within the LGBT, like they don't even really fuck with trans people like that. And I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. I'm like, wait, but it's in the acronym.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's in the acronym, but like if you look at some of these conversations they be having, bruh, they be like, I don't know what it is about, like they be going in on trans people, and I'm like,
Yeah.
damn,
I'm like,
I ain't know it was
jeez.
like that.
I'm always shook at that too. But I see that too. Sorry, I'm texting right now. I'm doing something, but it's
Like,
so crazy.
I remember there was like a whole fucking argument on Twitter because they was trying to put lesbians on blast because some of them be transphobic to trans people, and
Mhm.
it was like a big ass argument. It had over like 500 replies, and I was just reading through them all. I'm like, damn, it's like fucking civil war out there, bruh.
Yeah.
Like shit. Yeah, but like that just goes to show you that like, but no, but the one thing I thoroughly respect about the LGBT is this: when they have problems, they stick to their own house and they deal with that shit in their own house. They don't let no outsiders in their shit when it comes to
They
dealing with their shit. They
they
deal
get
with that
shit
shit
done.
in house.
They
So
get shit done.
yeah,
Yeah.
they get shit done. When it comes to being on code, ain't no one better than the LGBT. They get it
They'll check you real
motherfucking
quick.
done, right? So that's what like I feel like like the black community can take a fucking lesson from that. Be like, hey, yo, you see them over there? They getting shit done.
They
They
getting
on
laws
code.
passed
They
and
got
everything.
one plan, and nigga, everybody's gonna benefit off that plan. We need to do the same shit.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Black people can't seem to stay on code though.
Yeah, I was
No.
about to ask. So, what do you think we need to do to get on code? Because everybody talks about getting on code, but I don't really. I hear we say people saying it, but not really ideas of how do we get on code. So,
All
what do
right.
y'all
So the
think
first,
we should
yeah.
get on
So the
code?
first thing. So if you ask me, the first thing we need to do, and the first thing we need to learn is how to shut the fuck up.
Yep.
And I say that because I see so many Negroes over there trying to explain to white mommy and white daddy what certain shit means. And when we say certain things, or like when we're trying to talk about certain things within our own spaces, there's always some Negro in the fucking Democratic or Republican side talking about, well, they's talking about well, this is what this means, and this is what that means. And I'm like, nigga, shut your ass up.
Right. Just sit and
Shut
listen.
the fuck up.
Just shut
Let's
it.
deal with our shit in house. Stop going to people and explaining like our shit. Because
We
I
try too
promise
hard
you,
to
they're
fit
gonna
in. We try to hard to fit in other places. That's what it is.
yeah. Like
Hmm.
like once we have a place, we always the first one to invite people in. To like what do they say? Oh, he invited to the cookout. No, the fuck he not. Yeah, he's cool for a white guy, but he ain't not invited to no cookout.
No.
That's family business. He can go to his own cookout.
Right.
He can
Where they play
he
Taylor
can go
Swift and
unseason his chicken over there. Like,
My only argument is with that is, I always said, I'm like, if we are going to be that type to where we, will disclude other people in sentences like that, I'm like, don't be upset when they do it to us. Because that's
I
one
agree with
thing
that
I don't
too.
like that black people do is we can do stuff to them, but if they do it to us,
It's
oh
a
no,
problem.
let me call NAACP.
and let me
I
let me piggy
I
let
actually
me
agree with
I'm
piggyback.
that.
like,
I agree with Xavier on that.
Yeah, nah, I agree with Xavier on too. And to add on to his point, the Negroes that do that shit, the Negroes that get mad when they get excluded in the shit, don't realize they've been doing it to us for over 50 years. So I don't know why the fuck they get so mad when it happens. It's like, nigga, did you think segregation? Hello? They've been doing this shit to us for 50 fucking years. What the fuck you getting so mad for?
If they
yeah,
had
like
their own
especially
sovereignty, then they wouldn't need them in the first place.
Exactly.
I've always said we had a platform to start our own shit. So, I think that's why I get mad at people like Kanye because
Ugh,
you can see Kanye try so hard to be
Kanye.
in some of those fashion, the high quality fashion stuff where he himself has a name big enough where he could do his own shit and like people will fuck with it.
But most of his clothes are so ugly though. It's like I don't know.
That
But
is
All of his
true.
clothes are ugly.
That is
yeah.
true. I don't even think because he's Kanye. I think it's because his shit is ugly.
Yeah.
I mean, the only real successful thing he had is Yeezys. But like the
Yeah.
perfect example of that is fucking Rihanna.
Oh,
That girl stopped doing music because her makeup business is booming.
it
Like
is
she's damn
so
near
good.
she's pretty much a billionaire now because of
I
that.
I have some of her makeup and it's so amazing. I love her to
Like
death.
yeah, so like Rihanna's the perfect example of like once you put your name out there and you come up doing something, you can open your own shit and do collaborations with other people and
Yeah.
still keep your integrity as a black woman. Because I don't see Rihanna fucking shucking and jiving for no white people. I don't
Nope.
see her doing a whole bunch of coon shit talking about, oh, well, she's quietly getting her bag and she's just like, and I'm like, see, Rihanna's on code.
Yep.
I
She
think
knows
a
what
lot
the
of
fuck it
people should
is.
take some notes on Rihanna.
The only thing, no, I feel like Rihanna is not a good example because Rihanna is beautiful.
Yes, she is stunning.
She has pretty eyes, so that makes her even better looking. Then she has a little height to her, so the clothes that she wears, because she's like real stylish.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
love
like
her.
I feel like that also helps with where she's gone. Because if she was like Kiki Palmer, I don't think Kiki
Damn, that's a boo too.
don't think Kiki Palmer's makeup line will go there.
That's my girl. I love you.
Not to say it like that, but you
You
know what I
right.
mean.
You right.
Because Kiki Palmer's not ugly, but it's like she's not Rihanna.
Right.
I'm sorry. I don't know. Like when you said Kiki Palmer, I just saw Akila immediately and I died.
I did too. That's with those weird pigtails, the
Oh my
ponytail.
god.
You know what's sad though, Xavier? That's my first time ever hearing that Kiki Palmer had a makeup line. I did not know she had a makeup line.
She has a makeup line.
That's what he just said.
No,
Oh
I'm
no?
saying, I'm saying,
I think she was
Oh.
just
okay,
using her as an
there.
example.
Yeah, like,
Oh,
Oh. Okay.
I'm my
because you
bad.
see how Fenty blew up like that, but like if it was Kiki Palmer,
Nah, I see what you're saying. That's
yeah,
funny though.
like I feel like has
Did
all
you
the
ever watch that show on Nickelodeon? Because I never did.
Oh yeah,
True
True
Jackson
Jackson
VP.
Oh,
VP.
That was my
yeah, that was
show.
my show.
I never
I watched
watched
it
it.
every day.
I love that she was a black girl who was a vice president of a fashion magazine.
Cause I'm the new VP.
Nah, it was a good show. I like the message of it.
Me too.
I did like the message of it. It was a good message.
I just
Nothing,
think it was beyond my
nothing will ever
time.
topple That's a Raven though.
Yeah, that's a Raven. Always
Mm.
top tier.
Rave, I mean, I never. When you really sit down and think about it, they really had issues on that show, like
Yep. There was that
Yeah.
racial
the fashion, the magazine when they
sexism.
photoshopped her.
Yes, and she was like, I don't want her because she's black. I was like,
Oh, that episode.
they went there.
They that what I remember when I watched that episode for the first time. I was shook when she said that. I was like,
She said
oh,
it so blatantly. She's like, I don't hire black
black
people.
people.
Oh,
She said it like, I don't hire black people.
black people.
Jesus.
You know what's
Mouth
funny?
it.
Every time I watch that, it's like, why would you say that to another white person when you know her best friend was a black?
No,
Or
but
did,
that just goes to show you. She thought Chelsea was gonna be on code.
Okay,
She
she's like,
thought Chelsea was gonna.
we got
Yeah.
enough of niggas. Like, no, bitch. You're saying that.
Yeah, but that's important too because it also shows white people what the fuck you do when there's one among you that's on that racist shit. You
Right.
tell us so we can deal with that shit. Because when you tell us and we know the proper way of getting that shit resolved, it'll get done. The issue is nobody really talks. Well, I won't say nobody really talks, but it's so like watered down that sometimes it just feel like no one is talking. Like we know there's white people out there that's for black people and that tries to dismantle their own privileges and shit. But
Right.
it's just that it's not propped up. You feeling what I'm saying?
And then two, a lot of black people like just don't want to hear it. Like they're just like, nah, I'm sure her white ass be going behind talking about it. I'm like, no. I said a lot of them are really pro-black. Like they're on our side. Like Chelsea Handler, she hates that stuff. Chelsea has talked about it on TV, but the thing is though, if you don't follow Chelsea Handler, then you're never gonna know that she said that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I tell people, I said, some black people need to understand, like, you need to get out your bubble and really start watching different things and looking into different things because you missed out on the people who are on our side because
Yeah,
the only white people that you know is Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake, and
like
Kylie Jenner. Like,
yeah.
come on now. And Taylor Swift.
I agree with that.
I don't know why
The
Taylor
only
Swift
thing
irritates me so much. I just want to hit her in the nose.
the only thing I'm gonna add to that is that I feel like a lot of it just has to do with fear. Because when the Black Panthers had allies, some of them was working for the CIA. So just like when they
Mm.
know that history, they get skeptical. So
Hmm.
I don't think it's really just them trying to be hard ass about it. I think there's a fear to it. There's like a genuine fear of it.
Yeah.
I just want to know when will we band together and start beating ass?
Right.
We got to get rid of
Like,
the coons first.
I honestly
Rid of
think
the
they're
coons.
waiting. I honestly think white people are waiting for us to band together, and then
I'm
like
waiting. I'm
I'm
not
trying to.
joining. Now, don't get it twisted.
I'll
I
trip.
am not joining,
I'll trip and fall on
but
my
I am
face.
waiting.
But
when you see it happen, the first place it's gonna go is Beverly Hills, in my opinion.
why
But I
Beverly Hills?
Beverly Hills.
because when the LA riots, you remember when the I don't know you remember when the LA riots like when they fucked up Watts, Beverly
Yeah.
Hills was like waiting for them to fuck up Beverly Hills, and no one really touched Beverly Hills like that, but they was like really scared of them riots coming to Beverly Hills. So I feel like that's the one place where you know it's serious that
Yeah.
they'll go to a place like Beverly Hills and fuck it up. That's when you know it might get serious.
Like, okay, the whole thing in DC, like 2, 3 years ago, and people was running around with those black masks on.
I was there for that.
I
Me too.
remember
When I
that.
tell you, it felt a little scary
I
because
actually
it
remember
was no
that.
police. People running around with masks on their heads, scarves, throwing shit through the windows. They're holding hands. Like it felt like apocalypse type thing, and
Yeah.
it felt weird. There was no cars on the street.
It's
People
like
were
some
just
purge
running around. Like
stuff.
it felt scary a little bit. I was like, yo, but then I'm like, oh yeah, they're on my side. I'm black.
They're not gonna hurt me.
So I was like, I don't really don't.
Yeah, what most people don't know, those was white people doing that too.
It
Like,
was.
Really?
I was in one of the marches because one of my female friends wanted to go to there, and I wanted to go too, obviously. But she was like, she didn't want someone to go. She didn't want to go by herself. So I said I'd go with her. So when we joined one of the marches, and I was just there to take pictures and shit. By the way, there wasn't a lot of black people there, but they was yelling Black Lives Matter. I thought that was kind of weird, but that was just me. But while I was marching with them, you could see a lot of those dudes in black, and like they didn't have the mask, but they was in the black turtlenecks and the black cargo pants. And I looked at them, I was like, "What are these niggas about to do?" And it was weird because like while you're marching, you'll see the police. They just lined up, making sure everything is like not fucking up because that's what they was focused on. And then one of the white boys, they wanted to walk up on the fucking police, and someone had to pull him back. And I pulled one back and said, "Don't do that here." I said, I can tell you not from here. Don't do that here. You gonna fucking cause a riot." So
I'm waiting
I,
for like I'm trying to figure out why are people not as strong as police?
Yeah.
What are police? How are police so much stronger than regular civilians? Because it
That's
seems like
so
no one
weird
is
to me.
ever able to beat up a police officer.
they got riot gear.
No, 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 no. I just mean in general.
They do
Every time you
seem
see those
like
videos, them
That's
dudes
a good
can
question.
never beat up the police officer.
it's almost like
They never
superhuman type
whoop
strength.
them.
It's weird.
I'm like, monkey stomp his ass. No one ever beats them up. I'm like, what's going on?
The
Like, are
cops get
police
some type of
that
special training.
strong? Right, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, are police that damn strong?
Right.
Yeah, throw a punch, make him fall out, something. I'm
No,
waiting.
I
I'm
I
waiting for
feel
those
you
riots.
on that. Yeah,
That's a
I
good.
feel you on that. But like if we really, because like if we really want to see what you just said about black people just joining together and just really fixing the problem, the first thing we got to do, we got to get rid of all these damn coons out here. That's the
Yeah,
first thing we need. We need a clean
Cal-
house. We need to have a
Calvin.
purge. We need to get rid of these coons.
Calvin's first.
Oh,
We need to get rid of the fucking what they call it, black shit. Them Negroes, the black shit Negroes.
Oh,
We need to get
yeah.
rid of these weird
Black
coons.
what?
We are coons.
Lexit.
Oh, the
Remember that
wheat.
shit that Candace Owens was talking about?
Fucking
And
Candace
she
Yeah.
started
Owens. Hate
flexing.
that dumb bitch. Hate
When you
Candace.
say weird coons, are those like weeaboo coons?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
I
you know
hate
them
I
niggas.
hate them. I hate
You
them.
know them niggas in them cons with the
I,
fucking bushy ass hair. They don't
Ivan,
comb their
Beards.
fucking hair. They always hanging out with white people because they think they too white for black people. You know, like
I hate
them
them.
niggas.
Oh god. You know I've been
Ivan.
hit on by a weird coon before.
Yes.
It was so weird. It was awful. It
talking
smelled like
talking about, oh, you're really pretty for a black girl. Like,
he told me
ooh,
that. He said that to me.
Oh shit.
He said that to me and I told him to kiss my ass.
now you know who else is a fucking weird Ken. He's a weird
Yeah.
too.
This guy smelled like sloppy Joe meat. It was like
When I go to these conventions, I never see a black couple. It's always mixed race. A black person with an Asian person, a black
I'm
person
so
with a
mad
white
at how
person.
true that is.
Honestly, that's why I like BlurCon because you saw a lot of blackness in there. But yeah,
Yeah,
like Otakon
it was
and
black love, baby.
it was Black Love, but like Otakon and CastleCon, I don't really see that a lot.
Now you know
Yeah,
how I feel
bullshit.
about this blurred con.
Oh, I loved it. I went there for like one day, I think. It was so fun.
Nah, I can't wait to go to see it myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It don't even feel like a convention. It feels like a family reunion, low key.
You see, that's what I don't need.
I was there for one day and I'm like, that was
Nah, you gonna enjoy it though, Xavier. You gonna enjoy it.
It's
Every
so
time y'all
funny.
say a cookout, a family reunion, I'm like, ew. I didn't come here for that. I
Oh,
came here to be animate out, video
I
gamed
mean, you can
out.
still be animate out.
Shit, I don't want no fried chicken.
Yeah, chicken watermelon.
Fucking red Kool-Aid. No.
Red.
You want to know what's funny? You want to know what's funny? Me and Ray actually went to Popeyes when we was at Otakon.
I can't.
Be a black
I did.
Is it weird? I'm not a big fan of Popeyes. Kinda.
It's
No, because
okay.
I'm not either. I don't like fried chicken, so
Me
it's okay,
neither.
Kayla.
I don't like fried chicken either. Like, well, I won't say I don't.
Okay,
like
right.
it.
I always say right because I like bonchon,
Yeah. See.
and that's fried chicken.
Yeah.
You see, I like the fried chicken that has a sauce on there. I like sauce on
That's
my
how
stuff.
I am. I want some
That's
sort of
fancy
sauce.
fried chicken. That's fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
Like I just
That's
didn't grow up eating fried chicken, and then when I had fried chicken, it was all greasy and it had bubbles on the skin. Mm-mm.
I don't like how crunchy
I
it
said, "What the
is.
hell is this?"
I'm
Mm-hmm.
weird.
No, I did always say I prefer baked chicken than fried chicken, just simply because I don't know, like when it's baked, it gives it like a more better flavor. It's not heavy.
It
Yeah.
does. It
Right.
takes the flavor of the seasoning.
I love baked chicken. Baked chicken's so good to me. That's why I'm obsessed with Nando's.
I grew out of fried chicken. I grew
Yeah.
out of fried chicken like 2 years ago. I only eat baked chicken now.
I'm
Yeah.
glad.
Good.
I
You'll
prefer
live
I
baked.
longer.
gotta hold me. I feel like when I do something good, I deserve Popeyes. That's how I feel about Popeyes.
Say like that's your Popeyes is your reward.
Yeah.
Lollies and pops at Tyson's Corner is my reward.
I mean, you're a simple man. You're a simple man.
I am a simple
Mm.
man.
Yeah, but like,
A
yeah, but
simple
like,
My
man with
my
simple needs.
my treat is duck fat fries.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Mm.
oh no, duck fat is fucking delicious.
Really? I want to
Ooh,
try it.
duck
I'm
fat fries,
amazed.
boy, from the Four
I've never
Seasons.
had duck fat
Lord,
fries though.
I was about to say I've never had that. That sounds good.
It sounds really good. I'm gonna need
Well,
to.
we Otakon, or if I'm ever around y'all when I buy it, y'all will have it.
Yes, we should make that in
During
our room.
Otakon, I will make it. I ain't making that
Oh, we can make. I thought it was like. Oh, I'm
so I can
stupid.
fuck
Never
it
mind. I
up.
thought it was like you make
No,
fries
no,
and duck
duck
fat.
fat fries is like
You
that's a
can,
specialty.
but I ain't doing it.
No.
That's like a specialty.
No.
It's very easy to fuck up.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
That makes sense.
Speaking of, are y'all going to CasaCon?
You know I am because I'm cosplaying.
I can't.
You got your outfit ready?
Oh yeah, I bought the makeup and everything, and I'm pissed.
I saw that on your
I spent so
Instagram.
much. I spent so much money on this makeup,
How much was it? I saw the bag on your Instagram. It was like
girl. $174.
Jesus.
I was about to pass out. I'm like, you know what? People
Oh my
better take
god.
my picture. If I don't get my pictures taken, I'm going off on people,
Oh, I'll be like, no,
and I'm
I'm
going to
getting.
return everything I bought.
I'll,
Oh no, that's funny.
I'd photo bomb.
I'm like, White Diamond is here.
Like, hi. Walking like, hi. I'm here.
You know
White
what?
Diamond is here.
I think I'm gonna show up to concert. Once I get paid, I think I might get a ticket. I have to see.
And
I'm going. I
And then I
got
can
Hopefully,
already
I
though.
heard that they raised the prices, but
mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's true or not. You know what? How about I just check right now?
It's the same
yeah.
price it usually is. It ain't
I was
going
about
up.
Okay,
to say
good. Because I heard that they were supposed to be raising the price after a certain date.
Oh yeah, they do that. But yeah, they do that.
oh, the
Well, so
pre-order and then like the
And,
actual getting in on the actual day.
and it's the most expensive at the door.
mm-mm, we ain't doing that.
Oh shit.
I still need to
I
get
got
my.
my ticket.
I still need to get my
I got
Otakon
my ticket
ticket.
a while ago. I know. Why would they make it available before Christmas?
Right. I was like, when I
That
saw
pissed
that, I
me
think you
off.
shared it. I think you shared it on Facebook or something.
I did. I was so
I
mad.
was like, why would they do that so far out like that?
Because they said fuck CasaCon. That's probably why.
I'm
Nah,
like,
fuck Magfest. All them motherfuckers can die.
Magfest? What happened at Magfest?
No, my boy John had a room, but then they took it away from him because of some special priority bullshit that someone already got. So they took his room away, gave it to the special priority people.
Hmm.
Because his room got taken away, I wasn't able to go.
What?
Yeah.
What the heck? That's stupid. What the hell?
I had to work that weekend.
So they just giving away people's rooms?
Yeah.
And I was so fucking mad because they got to meet Xavier Woods.
Oh yeah,
Nigga,
man.
I was heated. I was mad. I was actually mad.
I love Xavier Woods so much. I would have loved to meet him.
No,
I, I had to
and
flip
the
my.
yeah, like, and the worst part is Shavon was wearing a fucking Villain Club T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Wearing the fucking Villain Club, nigga. If that was me, I'd be cutting a promo on Xavier Woods. I'd be
Right.
cutting the most. Then he was gonna remember me. He was gonna fucking remember me. That's all I'm saying. They missed the perfect opportunity for, bruh. Uh,
Man, that's crazy.
Well,
yeah, so I couldn't go to Memphis because of that bullshit.
since we on the topic of wrestling, how y'all feel about the Royal Rumble and
Uh-uh.
the way to road to WrestleMania?
I'm leaving.
I I want Seth to win so badly. I want Becky to win. I'm gonna miss the hell out of Dean.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I will.
No, you won't. He's gonna be in AEW. What are you gonna miss?
True. I'm gonna be watching AEW. He's gonna show up and be like, "Yay!"
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired of that. Everyone's so sad that he's leaving WWE. He's like, nigga, he's not dying. It's not the end of the world. That nigga's going on to another company. You gonna see his ass again. It just won't be like,
He'll be John Moxley
yeah,
again, and I'm
they
okay
did
with
the
that.
same shit with what's his name?
And then what time?
When John Morrison left WWE, they did the same shit. It was like, oh no, they really did. That nigga's world champion in TNA right now.
And he's doing a great job.
Doing a
Honestly.
great job. Got married. I don't know why she ugly, but
She's very ugly.
hey,
She looks like
nah,
the
she's
bottom of my shoe.
she's
Women
ugly
with
as
the
fuck. Like,
inside that counts.
huh?
Doesn't the inside count? You're probably a beautiful person on the inside.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
It's
she's wifey
okay.
material, obviously, but compared to what he was fucking before, I was like, oh,
He downgraded.
Oh no.
I know
Yes.
beauty's in the eye of the beholder and all that. I know. I'm just, bruh, because Melina was a whole snatch. I don't know how you went from Melina to that.
I used to love Melina so much.
You gotta show me what she looked like, Walt, because I don't know what his wife.
Taya Valkyrie.
That
Oh,
sounds like
that's
a
who he
name.
Yeah, Taya Valkyrie. That's who married John Morrison.
I'll be balk.
Taya Valkyrie.
Yeah. Or just type in like Johnny Impact's wife or some shit.
That's such an adorable name. Johnny Impact. I'm sorry.
He was Johnny Mundo in fucking Lucha
Lucha
Underground.
Underground. I love that show so much.
Yeah, because it actually features good wrestling, and
Right.
you know
Oh God!
yeah.
Yo, she looks like a bootleg Renee Young.
That's what I'm saying. Like she's not.
She's like a Renee Young parody.
And she was wearing like braids too. She was like wearing like really really bad braids.
I see that.
It was like in pigtails and it was long as hell. And I'm like, this looks ugly. Get rid of this.
I really hope Renee doesn't leave with Dean because I love Renee also.
I don't. Nah. Renee's not going nowhere. The money she's making, nigga, she's staying.
Yeah, I hope so because people
She
have
is
been asking that question.
She is the female commentator. She is not leaving. She's getting checks, nigga.
She's getting like checks, like.
And on top of that, Hideo Itami also left WWE. He's
that
leaving
made me
too.
cry.
I heard the revival is trying to leave. Dolph Ziggler might leave too.
Yeah, no one cares about Dolph.
I don't care about Dolph.
I care about Dolph. I named Bowser's Dropkick after Dolph.
I'm just like, I don't know. Like when it came to Dolph, I used to like love Dolph Ziggler, but then as the years, I was just like, okay, you're doing the same gimmick for about.
That's his own fault though.
That is, he didn't really take it to the next level, like Becky.
Yeah, that's his own fault. But because he stagnated, he kind of like just.
That's what he thought.
Yeah, kind of just stagnated. So, I mean, but it's gonna be interesting to see what happens in AEW.
Yeah, when is the first show?
Oh, that's a while from now. They still like ironing out the details.
Dang.
They still try to get people too.
Yeah, like they still need more wrestlers. The roster ain't complete yet.
Dang.
And it's hard now because there's a lot of places that you can go now. Like it's not just WWE and TNA. It's like New Japan. You can go to Mexico. You can go to the UK. You can go to Australia.
Right.
Like there's a whole bunch of places you can go. You can go to the Netherlands. The Netherlands got something popping over there. Because that's where Aleister Black's from.
I love Aleister Black.
I think if he could go anywhere, he'd probably go to UK. The UK will love him over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
I've been watching NXT UK, and those shows be crazy.
That's because first of all, the UK fans are fucking amazing.
They are the best.
Yeah.
They are the best. They be singing and shit. Like they don't be chanting, they be singing.
Yeah, and it's always on key.
It's always on key. What's it called? First, second of all, Aleister Black is lucky. That nigga is married to fucking Zelina Vega.
No.
Aleister Black is married to Zelina Vega.
You know how much I love her?
That is the luckiest motherfucker on the roster.
He is so lucky. She is so pretty to me. I'm just.
No, that's a fine ass motherfucker.
She is
And
like.
where's she from? She's either from where is she from?
I can't remember.
I know she's from New York, but I'm trying to remember where. I think she's from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
I think.
It's in that area, I think. I think you're right.
It's one of the 5 boroughs, but I forgot exactly where she was. I think it was Brooklyn, because in one of the Up Up and Down Down episodes, she was talking shit.
She's from Queens.
Oh yeah, she's from Queens. Yeah, she's from Queens.
Okay.
So, oh god, okay. First of all, that's kind of a weird couple right there, because I know Aleister Black is into like that nihilism shit, that whole Buddha black metal shit.
Mm-hmm.
And she's from Queens. She's a fucking Hispanic girl from Queens. Like, whoo.
You know, Alicia, fucking, I meant Alexa. Alexa Bliss, isn't she like married to the current cruiserweight champion?
Buddy Murphy?
Yeah, they're like dating or married or something.
I think they broke it up.
Really?
Yeah, with someone else.
But I think they broke it up.
Oh, I thought they were married.
I could be wrong. You can look it up, but last time I checked,
yeah, you can look it up.
Cause I've only like heard his name. I never really saw him until Royal Rumble, and I'm like, oh, he fine. So
Well, I knew him because of the tag team he was in at a NXT. It was Buddy Murphy and Alexa Bliss and someone else.
I remember that. Okay, now I've seen him before.
Yeah, they called him what they call him, the dubstep. The dubstep Cowboys.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was something.
Wesley Blake.
I mean, that wasn't their official name, but that was like their nickname.
Yeah, it was some douchey name like that.
Blake and Murphy. I think that's the name. Blake and Murphy.
Yeah, Wesley Blake. I don't know
yeah, Blake and Murphy.
Oh yeah, Blake and Murphy. Okay, I remember that. Yo, I died last week on Tuesday with Cody. What's his name? Corey Graves.
Oh my god.
When he said
Corey Graves is a funny ass motherfucker.
He said, I'm gonna stop telling my kids I love them so then they can get championships.
Yo, when he was like commentating on Mandy Rose.
Oh, that's the funniest thing ever.
He said, I just got an update. Mandy Rose has got an herbal tea. She said she'll be fine.
I love when him and Renee start arguing on Raw.
He argued with everybody. I love it. I love how he just quiets Saxton. He's like, shut up, Saxton.
I love that. For a little bit, that was actually a T-shirt, but I don't know what happened to it.
Shut up, Saxton.
Yeah, shut up, Saxton.
I need to find that T-shirt then.
I don't even remember that hold on, I can't do more than one thing. But he fucking kills me every day. He's like my favorite commentator, honestly.
Yeah.
And he's just like that on Twitter too.
On where?
Twitter.
Word?
Oh yeah.
Now, who I like? You know who I like following on Twitter? Becky Lynch. That's
Becky.
That's a funny ass motherfucker.
She kills me every time she tweets. Like, what did she say to Rhonda recently? It was like 2 days ago. She said something like, I know you're a killer, Ronnie. That's why they called me out to help you with your promo.
And I was like, oh.
I was like, wow.
Oof. Oof.
All right, and this might be our last topic, and then we can get into our final thoughts. Obviously, last week we did the podcast, and then we was talking about men and emotion and all the other stuff. And since my shit got corrupted, I never was able to put it out. So, Wallace, as you actually had a good take on men and emotions, would you like to Talk about it.
Oh yeah. Well, basically, I was saying that like men are socialized to be emotionless at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Stoic.
around like 5 or 6 years old, you already hearing, be a man about it. Be a
Yeah,
man about it. Boys don't cry. Like all that shit.
it's programmed in
So
your brain almost.
yeah, like
Yep.
they grow up internalizing that shit because that's all they see. Like when you look at TV and how like the action heroes is all muscular ass men that don't cry or do none of that shit. Um,
Unless
they
it's on
always get the
anime.
yeah, they always get the pretty ass girl or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They always got a plan for something. They don't really wallow when it comes to pain and shit. They always find a way to win.
Right.
Yeah,
So
they move
men
on
is
from
like
there.
so yeah, so like boys grow up seeing all that shit and it's like, oh
It's in
shit.
movies and
Well,
everything.
yeah, like if I act that way, I'm gonna get the girl. If I do things a certain way based on the perspective that I'm being, basically programmed to look at, then if I exhibit these traits, then I'm a man.
Yeah.
But like we live in the age now where the definitions are changing every day. So like now a lot of people are understanding that masculinity is very broad. There's not one way to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
You can be any type of man you want so long as so long as you are fulfilling your purpose in the world.
Right.
So when it comes to men and emotions, when you see a man who's like per se emotionless, I won't say oh it's because men don't have any emotions. Maybe that particular guy just isn't inclined to outwardly show emotion.
Right.
And sometimes that happens. You feeling what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But but there's plenty of men who do show emotions. There's plenty of men who cry. There's
Yeah.
plenty of men who talk it out with their therapist. Like there's plenty of men who do that already. So I don't think it's fair for the labels that get thrown out there that just men are just emotionless and heartless. Like men are some of the most emotional people you will meet.
I would
You know
Well,
what
definitely
I'm saying?
100% agree with that.
So
men
Like,
who cry and are over emotional are still seen, even though they say it's more acceptable today. They still
uh-huh.
seen as unattractive.
and that's sad that it's seen as unattractive because I genuinely, as a woman, can say that I actually like when a guy shows their emotions. That's actually something I love.
Hmm.
That's like number one with me. It's like, can you show me your emotions? Are you that comfortable with me where you can show your emotions like that and vent to me? You know?
And but also along with that point, if he's the type of man to because you know how us men when we're going through stress, sometimes we like to do nothing.
Yeah.
As it was ever clearly quit the nothing box. Like we'll sit there and play a video game or we'll just fucking sleep it off. Like it don't mean that we don't want to talk about it, but maybe talking about it is not the best way he can deal with his emotions. He'd rather
Yeah.
just keep to himself and just let the stress out naturally.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like when it comes to certain types of men, it's not just gonna be all the same thing. I keep telling women emotions is not just like one thing. It's not just crying, it's not just all that outwardly stuff. While yeah, that's common because
Mm-hmm.
women are much more emotionally intelligent than men are. Men also need a way to, naturally
Cope.
release that. And sometimes it's not gonna look like crying or venting.
Right.
Sometimes he's just gonna keep to himself and keep it moving.
Yeah. And that's actually healthy. It's very healthy that they do that too.
As long as what's bothering him can naturally subside when he does what he needs to do to get rid of to not to get rid of it but to cope with what he's sad about,
Right.
then as long as it's healthy and as long as it's as long as it's oh what's the word I'm looking for, just out of his system, then he'll be fine.
Right.
But that's why I also say you can't force him,
Yeah.
because that's one thing I hate. I hate it when people try to force men into being emotional. He's not going to be emotional if you force him.
Right.
If
I
you
don't.
give him an ultimatum, he's gonna feel like, man, he's gonna feel even worse about himself because maybe he really does love you. He just can't He just
Sure.
doesn't have the emotional intelligence to show that. Or maybe he does, but it doesn't look like what you want it to look like.
Mhm.
So we shouldn't force them and put them into a box where it says, "Oh, you don't cry, so you're not emotional." That's not true. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we should keep that in mind while people are starting to look at other avenues of how to deal with their emotions. Sometimes it won't look like crying. Sometimes it won't look like a therapist. Like we got to get off that.
Yeah.
How you feel, Clarence?
Well, I'll get back to you. Somebody else go. I get back to you. I got to collect my thoughts. I do have something to say though.
Okay. Uh, Xavier, would you like to put your 2 cents in?
I'm trying to remember what I said the last time, but that whole thing. Wallace kind of said everything, but you know, my thoughts on some of that. I can't even think of it right now. My back is hurting. But one thing I think one of the things I think I said was, my God, I can't remember. But I definitely know, like, the whole thing with, like, kids toughening them up from such a young age. I don't like that sometimes. There's, if it's for a sport, yeah, you gotta be a little tough on the sport, but it's like, my God, like, if you fall and you gash your knee open, it's like, let him cry for a second. Like, that
Right.
stuff hurts. And, like, there are coaches who are telling you to, oh, be a man, toughen up. If you want to, you gotta toughen up. You can't be no sissy. And then it's like, if something happens to him not in the sport, he's gonna feel like he should still act the same way. And I'm like, it shouldn't have to be like that at 7 years old, 8 years old.
Right.
I've always hated that.
Me
I
too. That whole man up, be a man type thing. I can't. Sometimes it's like too much. It's like, okay, let
All right,
them.
ready.
You
I'm
know.
ready.
Hmm?
Go ahead.
This is when I see these these progressive I guess talking pieces about toxic masculinity. They talk about how men need to change it, but they don't seem to realize that females reinforce toxic masculinity too
Mhm.
Thank you.
I agree with
because they
that.
reward it. Because they reward it.
I agree
That's
with that.
facts.
A lot
So
of women do.
yeah,
I agree with that 100%.
Okay, so when y'all see things like the Terry Crews and DL Hughley situation, where
Mm.
they're kind of arguing about what happened to Terry Crews, um, how do y'all feel about them two going back and forth at it? What do you
I
think about that?
see what DL Hughley was trying to say. He just said it in the worst way possible.
The worst way
Was it really
possible.
He
considered
said
the
it.
worst way? Because I just think it's just him being a comedian.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean when I say the worst way. You can't be a comedian out here in these streets nowadays. You'll get dragged
what
because,
did Neil Hughley say?
well, what was it?
You
I
have
think DL Hughley made a comment about like him getting his balls grabbed. I think that's what it was. I think he no, because when Terry Crews, you know how Terry Crews was like, going off about toxic masculinity and shit like that.
Mm.
Yeah,
And I love Terry
DL,
Crews for that. I love him for
yeah,
that.
DL Hughley said you didn't have all that, and it's funny because DL Hughley and Tariq Nasheed both said the same thing. He said you ain't
Yeah.
have all that energy when that white man grabbed you in your balls.
Yeah, I wanted to smack
yeah.
them both.
So
Because
yeah,
I'm like, no, you're not going to come for
and then
Terry
Terry
Crews like
Crews was
that.
like, okay, so would you have that energy if I smacked the shit out you?
That was funny. I retweeted that actually when Terry
And
Crews said that.
yeah,
I
and
was
I was
like,
like, and no, because you know me, I like looking at both sides and I like getting the facts.
mm,
So I don't agree with what DL Hughley said, but I saw where he was coming from because someone explained it on Twitter. He was like, the reason why, well, I won't just say black men, but the reason why there's a lot of black men that were clowning Terry Crews was because they looked up to Terry Crews. So when it
I
happened
never
and
looked up
Terry
to
Crews
Terry
didn't,
Crews, but okay.
but like I'm not, I don't think it was him in particular. I think it was his image,
Mm.
like him being a strong black man,
Yeah,
muscles,
yeah. Muscle,
successful.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when that shit went down and he didn't, react in the way that in the way that they wanted him to react, it
Too
created
expressive
like a
because he's a big guy.
yeah, it created like, wow, bro, like I looked up to you, like I can't believe you let him punk you like that. And I don't agree with that line of thinking because there's multiple ways of dealing with one situation. I think the way Terry Crews dealt with that situation
He was.
was I won't call it the best way, but it was one of the most effective ways, especially in this day and age, because he did get his point across. He did get the message across, and he
Mm-hmm.
was able to advocate for other people who went through that sort of thing as well. So he won. It just didn't look like what they wanted it to look like. You feeling
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what D.L. Hughley and them was trying to say, but they just petty as hell, and they can't, when they attack hard. They don't. There's no filter. You feeling what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's that one manly perspective because that's what I'm used to, and damn it, that's what we have to survive out here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Especially Tyreek.
but on the other hand, Terry Crews, like I don't agree. I don't agree with him going so hard per se on quote unquote toxic masculinity because what he's doing is he's low key perpetuating a narrative that would mislead from the actual conversation because the actual conversation of about all of that is victims coming out and them being supported through
Mm-hmm.
their coming out, but now he's trying to make it seem like it's just a whole bunch of dudes that just toxic just for being toxic. And it's like, no, that's not the point. The point that you're trying to bring up is that men exhibit some traits that are perceived as toxic because it harms people. That's the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
But don't make it seem like it's just some cookie cutter thing where if you see me and I'm a male, I'm just gonna be toxic.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where the disconnect is.
Yeah. I'll definitely say that because I mean, I'm like, there's not every guy is toxic. You know, I can genuinely say that from like, yeah, not every guy's toxic. So I do agree with that.
I think most of y'all already know I hate the term toxic masculinity to a T, and not because it's like I don't think every man is not toxic, but I just don't think most people don't know what toxic is if it's like in front of them.
Mm.
It's just like, cause there, there, honestly, there are things that I don't get, but I do kind of understand. Like, okay, let me ask you, Kayla, as a woman, like,
Mm.
what is the problem when a man tells you to smile? Because
Uh,
because I would say this, like, I've been in bad days and women told me to smile, and
Oh,
I've
I used to get that all the time. Boy,
yeah, it's just kind of just like it's weird. Like when it's just like some random guy he's trying to like call at me on the street or something, and he's like, "Hey, bitch, smile. Why don't you smile for me a little bit?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to smile for you. You don't deserve my smile. You're sitting there hooting and hollering at me as if I'm some sort of piece of meat walking down the street. I'm not gonna smile." And it's like, don't tell me what to do. Like, don't tell me how I should react to you. You know, that's how it is with me. Whenever a guy tells me to smile a little bit, and then they start touching on me, and I'm like, don't touch me. You know, I'm just like, no.
Hashtag gang goofy.
Mm-hmm.
so, so basically it's a problem when strangers do it, because that I can understand.
Yeah, it's different when it's strangers. Like if my boyfriend were
stranger
to tell
danger.
me, "Hey, are you okay? Why aren't you smiling? Why'd you smile for me?" Then it's like a, you know. But it's like if it's like a
It's
creepy
kind of
stranger
weird.
on the street or on Metro or something, I'm not gonna smile. You know, it's
I
just
just think it's stupid when guys say, Won't you? You need to smile. You're too pretty not to smile.
Oh, I've gotten
Oh,
that so much. I'm like, please leave me alone.
I think that is. I
oh,
think that is so
shit.
stupid and annoying.
It is dumb. Yeah,
I don't even know
Like,
why they say that. That's like the one thing. I don't see any benefit of saying that to a girl.
exactly. It's like I've
you're
gotten,
too
hey,
pretty
why
not
don't
to
you
smile.
why don't you smile at me a little bit? Let me see your smile. Let me smile for me. I'm like, no.
That's like if a random girl came up to me and said, "Oh, let me see your muscles. You must be buff down there." And I'm like, "Whoa."
Yeah, it's just like awkward almost.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you. But then again, that's just because like I just feel like a whole lot of it has to do with socialization. Like I don't think it's just them genuinely trying to holler at you. I just think there's a default. You feeling what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was like a standard that was hardwired into them to act.
Mhm.
So, because I mean, if you look at the media and how they portray women, then you'll understand why they'll treat you like a piece of meat.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, look, pretty girl, you can have that. Look, she's being advertised like she a fucking PlayStation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, shiny, I want
Mention all
that.
the Instagram
Mine.
stuff.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Even in a lot of the movies I watch, like for example, The Hangover. That's one of my all-time favorite movies. I ain't hating on it. I have the trilogy here, but they were like they kind of in the movie. It's almost like they're just like, oh yeah, like that's they just kind of treat the women like kind of like whatever. Like yeah. If you get what I'm trying to say,
Something to look at. You're something
yeah,
to look at, and you're something to be enjoyed, not invested in.
right. Like there's a whole moment in the movie where Bradley Cooper stole a cop car and he on the loudspeaker in the little microphone he saw this girl walk by. He's like, you ma'am have an amazing rack, like loud over the speaker. And while that was the funniest thing ever, it was also kind of like, but damn. you know
I think that came with pickup culture.
Yeah. Nah, yeah. It's
People,
like all
everybody
in the
trying to
TV
invest
and
in
all in
pickup
the
culture.
media.
yeah
But that shit's crazy. Like it's crazy when you really like when you really study it and you really look at like the patterns that emerge from like the years and years and years of shit. Like you start seeing those patterns, you're like, oh fuck. Like it actually seems manufactured.
yeah
Like it seems
That's
like
probably is.
masculinity and femininity, like in society, is manufactured. It's like
yeah it
here,
all stems from
here,
like the 50s. I feel the
yeah, like
50s
here,
because
here,
they
here.
treated women awful in the 50s.
Yeah, and that's why they had all those movements back then.
Mm-hmm.
But what I find very, very interesting is that back then, even before the 50s, there were suffrage movements, right?
Right. Yeah.
There were women out there that made anti-suffrage movements. There were
Yeah.
there were there were female coons. I thought that
Yeah,
was
because
crazy
they
to
took
me.
because
What would their names be? Female coons. We should make a name up for them. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
What were you saying, Clarence?
I was saying that they ain't want to be taken out of there what they're comfortable with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Probably
that's
lazy. They probably
exactly what it
lazy,
was.
didn't want to work. It was just fine doing like housework or whatever, taking care of kids. They was fine with that. But I will say that after, like you said, this all stemmed from the 50s after the suffrage movements. I was like, a lot of this is just, you know, the species changing up what it's been used to for how many millennia.
Yeah.
yeah.
So there's going to be some struggles. There's going to be some negative effects from it because we've been doing that for most of our history.
Right. Like all those old advertisements from the 50s where it's like a girl with a ketchup bottle. There's one with a girl with a ketchup bottle, and it's like something about it being easier to open for a woman. Um,
Yeah.
and then there's this one part in Mad Men. That's one of my favorite shows ever. It's from the very first episode. One of the ladies is showing her how to use the typewriter, and she's like, "I know it looks a little scary, but it's okay. The manufacturers made it so it's even easy for a woman to use it."
What the fuck?
I was like, wow.
They was bold back then, but that was how society was.
Yeah,
So it's not like you could just outrightly say that, oh, because of that, men are trash. Like that was the narrative back then.
that was the narrative
You
back
feel what I'm saying? That everybody was on that shit. Even the women was on that shit.
Yeah,
then.
because
So
if
it was
women would stop saying, "Oh, I need a big man to take this trash out,"
Yeah,
bitch,
right,
no, take the trash out your fucking self.
right.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like
they
I'm
be talking
There's
sorry.
about they be crying about gender roles and stuff, but they be
I hate gender
supporting it
roles. See, I
still.
despise it.
okay. Oh, a woman shouldn't have to mow the lawn when there's a man in the house.
I'm
Why?
like, why? I'm gonna do it anyway. Watch me turn this bitch on.
No, my father and my mother had my sister mowing the grass in the hot sun.
Hmm.
She's
My
gonna learn
grandmother.
to know how to do stuff herself.
Right. That's how I'm
I
gonna
think
teach
I
my
have
kids.
to.
There's literally not gonna be any gender roles. Like when I have kids, no gender roles. I'm gonna teach them both the same way. I'm gonna raise them the same way. Like
Good,
I,
My
because girls
grandmother.
need to know how to
Yeah.
change a damn tire.
yeah,
Like, how
exactly.
you have a car, you don't know how to change a damn tire
Right.
They
because
call
you're
it.
a girl.
Yeah, I got a flat tire. Like, oh, I hope you got AAA.
And then now you got some big creepy man coming to help you. Okay.
Like, hey, you need help with that tire,
Oh,
little lady?
exactly. Now you getting snatched and sent over to Korea.
Korea. Oh my god.
That's
Hey.
so far away.
In the Amazon box, like shit.
Okay.
Amazon
The
Prime.
Amazon box.
That's y'all fucked up.
Just like at work, I remember, I will never forget at work, they were taking trash out, and this man came in. He like, hey, you gonna have that young lady taking the trash out? I said, you're damn right. I said, remember, equality? And he laughed. He was like, you right, you right. I said, yes, exactly. Now, what do you want? Like, what do you mean? Am I gonna have this young lady take the trash out? Who cares?
Right.
She got arms.
I know. It's like,
Shit. I don't care about all that women this, woman that. Just like my boss, she was like telling me about some male co-worker of ours and oh, and he raised his voice at me. She was like, for one, you're a man. You don't raise your voice at a woman. I'm thinking like, what?
is she out of
Shut
line?
your ass
I
up.
said, bitch, if you get out of line and you piss me off, best believe I'm gonna fucking raise my voice at you.
Right.
When was that put? When
Like,
was that put in the rule book?
Right. Oh, because you're a man, you can't raise your voice. No, if you raise it, if you come over here hollering and cussing, guess what? I'm hollering and cussing right back.
That
Yeah.
right.
don't
Don't
even
I don't
sound
like
care if
like
you 5'1" or 6'1",
that.
Right.
Don't even
you
sound like
are
a
getting
traditional
cussed
thing.
out.
I agree with that. Like,
That
if
sounds
she
like
And the
something
out
that's
of
like
shorter
a
the
line,
lady
playground.
is, the more threatening the man is. Don't give a fuck. Tell her ass to know her fucking place then. If you want to go get like that, either know your place or do what you're doing and accept the cuss out.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
You should have
You
sat
can't
there and
have it
ate your
both
food.
ways.
Willing
I
to yell
love
Okay,
that.
you can't have
I
it
say
both
that all the
ways.
like
time.
that.
Oh, a man shouldn't yell. I give a
Well,
shit.
then,
That's
don't
fucking
piss
great.
them off then.
That sounds like something.
Right, with your hand all on
Really
my face. Oh
inconvenient.
no, sweetie.
Like,
Couldn't be me.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because women, because like girls, especially in like middle school and high school, you used to get away with wild, bold ass shit.
mm-hmm.
Like, bruh, like getting in your like I be seeing them getting in dudes' face and mushing their face and shit. And I'm like,
Like,
bruh, nigga, if it was if he could hit you right now, I would have no problems because you doing way too fucking much.
Well, I
Like
wish
you
you went to
doing
my middle school. This girl gonna sit there and push me against this cement wall, and I hit my
uh-oh.
head. I snatch her ass right back and push her against the wall her damn self. And then tell myself, why would you do that? That's a girl. And I said, I don't care. I said, my mother said if a girl hits me to hit her back. Like, your mother said that? I said, she sure did. I said, you better be punching her in her face. That shit hurt like hell. I'm
right,
supposed to sit there and take it. I'm only
Yeah, 'cause
five
you're a
six.
boy.
You threw me against the wall. That shit hurt.
right.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
I'm a
yeah,
man.
but like yeah, but you just proved my point with that. Like it starts early as fuck, and then they grow up with it.
Right.
Exactly, because girls take advantage of that whole men shouldn't hit you back stuff.
The
Yeah,
chivalries.
I've seen that actually,
Them
honestly.
girls used to be kicking boys in their scrotum and stuff. I'm sitting here like, hey, are y'all gonna say something about these girls kicking these boys in the scrotum?
Nope.
Shit. Half of
I
these
would
girls
I would
don't like
literally
shark
only do that
anyway.
if I was in danger. Like
That's
if
it.
I was in like danger or something, if he's some guy like randomly grabbed me, I'm gonna just go right for the balls.
As you should.
As you should.
Yeah, because my mom and dad taught me that. They told me exactly that. Actually.
Mm-hmm. Cause this girl tried that with me, and I blocked her, and I grabbed her breast, and I twist them.
Ow, my booby.
Go to the fuck head.
Hit her with the big titty twister.
Oh yes, I twist them and everything. She was over there hollering. I don't care.
I wasn't at the movie.
You know, whenever I'm dealing with a troublesome woman, I'm just gonna do what I saw in the African movie. Cause so in this African movie, they're in a compound, and she was fetching water and she was throwing it away because she was done with the water. And then right as she was throwing the water away, he walks into the bucket, like into the way of the water. So then he's like, yo, man, what the fuck, yo? You got water all over me. She's like, you should have been watching where you going. He's like, you saw me coming from the other side. Why didn't you stop? And then she's like, oh man, you acting like this because your house and all that shit. So then she tries to hit him with the bucket, and he grabs her, pins her to the column, and dry humps her until she cries.
That's wrong.
I remember that. I see.
And I was like,
That dry
okay,
hump.
well,
Yeah,
yeah, like
What?
she just straight up dry humped her on the wall.
Uh-uh.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
Uh-uh.
Oh no.
Now that is when she can take her knife and stab.
Yeah, that's next level.
Uh-uh.
And I'm like, I mean, but it worked because she was restrained and she couldn't do nothing. The humping was a little much, but she was restrained.
Should have choked her ass out. Shit.
Gonna try to hit him with a bucket.
Okay, you just grab the neck, hit me with that bucket, and I promise you, I will crush your fucking voice box. Don't play with me. Hit me with a damn bucket.
Well, they're gonna try. They're
Bucket.
gonna try and play with you.
A whole bucket though.
that was very very graphic, Xavier. That was very...
Oh my god.
I'm telling you, if y'all knew me in high school, as sweet and nice as I am, the moment them girls want to start popping off like I'm one of the girls too, a sweetheart, don't get it twisted. I hit girls. I said, do not get it twisted, honey. You want to sit there and grab my arm, punch my arm? Okay, girl, I'm snatching your hair. Now what you about to do? Exactly. Keep your hands to yourself.
Right.
Oh, I used to do all that kind of stuff. Don't hit me. I do not play that stuff. I do not like that. Cause girls are just as strong as boys sometimes. Cause girls be throwing them left hooks like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, you gonna punch me in my damn back and my arm like that? Okay, now I'm grabbing your hair and this shit looks fucked up. So what you about to do now?
Well, I did say everything goes out the window if I'm fighting a girl that look like Nia Jax.
Oh my god.
Oh no, she can be as small as Kayla. Bitch, keep your hands to yourself. Fucking hitting me. They didn't want to be
I'm gonna
hitting
start
you in the back
calling.
of
I'm gonna start
slapping
calling
you
you
and
Blade.
shit.
I'm gonna start calling you Blade. You have all of their strengths and none of their weaknesses.
That's cool. Okay. All right. I'm about to. All right. I guess it's time to wrap up this podcast. As usual, everybody gets a last word. So we're gonna start with Father. Go ahead.
Oh Lord, we covered a lot today. All I gotta say is don't be game goofy out in these streets and respect everybody. Otherwise, you will catch hands.
Okay, Xavier.
I am a feminist, but honey, keep your hands to yourself or you will get slapped. Leave young men alone. If he falls and cries, let him cry. Because if I'm there, I will cuss you out, father or not. Jesse Smollett, you better have got jumped because we over here rooting for you. And if we find out you're lying,
I'm a smack him
we're
You
again.
gonna
gonna
get
jump your ass again.
I'm gonna jump him.
That's
And I'm ready for Katsucon, and my cosplay better be like that, and people better take my picture. Thank you, and good
Yes.
night.
okay, Kayla.
Um, it's my first. It's my first one in a while. Um, I don't know.
Next.
Oh.
I know.
Equal right make for equal lefts.
I was about
Uh,
to say, is that your last words, Clarence?
that's my last words.
Equal rights, equal less.
Yep.
And I think I guess, down with gender roles.
I'll take it.
before we kill gender roles. Zach still has to make that sandwich though.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's gonna make.
Yo, I actually make some awesome sandwiches, so I'm okay with that.
Now we want Zach to make
I
that
don't
sandwich.
trust you after your cooking shit, but I don't.
I don't want to see you with that masculine biker dude though.
Oh my god.
Okay. For one, I hope that we all do get on code one day. To make the future better for our use. And for some reason, I read that they put Shaggy Rogers in Mortal Kombat 11. I don't know how true that
Ooh.
is.
Wait, they're actually doing that?
I saw the picture. I
There was
saw
a
the
petition,
picture.
and they said the petition went through. I don't know how true it is, but I'm gonna look it up. But if that's true, he might be my second
Why am
player
I so excited for that?
Shaggy
I'm
because
gonna get his
terrified of
ass
that.
beat the fuck up.
Like,
I'm
no, that's not
terrified.
reality.
What's his
Shaggy?
what's his fatality
I'm gonna
gonna
get
be?
Melina to beat his ass.
Melina did. I don't think she's coming back.
Yo, what's Shaggy's fatality gonna be?
I don't know, using
Like
one
Scooby.
power. I don't know.
Daniel did,
He
but
gets
he
run
coming
over
back.
by the mystery machine?
Yeah.
Force feed someone Scooby snack?
He probably gonna use Scooby Doo to fucking do something.
Rip his spine out with Scooby
Nah,
Doo.
man. Scooby Doo and Shaggy gonna burp so loud you gonna explode. That's it.
That's the funniest thing I've heard all day.
Looking like Tuskegee.
I'm just waiting for them
Sniper
to
from
put
the
my
top
nigga
of
Popeye in a fighting game like he should have been years
See,
ago.
I'm totally down for Popeye in a fighting game.
I will not.
Y'all gonna stop sleeping on my man Popeye.
Oh, you know he
Popeye is
about to do a
dope,
fatality
man.
when he eat that spinach though.
Yeah.
Wait, that's not Popeye. Wait, no, that's Popeye. That was Lucy.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah.
Okay, am I the only one who liked olive oil?
I loved olive oil.
No, she was annoying.
And
I
see,
loved
Oh,
her.
people
Oh,
always play with
Popeye!
olive oil.
Oh my! Oh,
get your off me.
I'm not gonna lie. I
Like
always feel sorry for Blue though because the nigga gets showed up. So all he has to do is beat a nigga ass, and then during the ass beating, he gets his ass beat. Wants a nigga eat some vegetables and shit.
Right.
Pluto got toxic masculinity.
That's toxic masculinity. If you want to talk about it, that
That is
nigga
toxic masculinity.
because he be taking Olive on his own will, and that's
Throw her over the shoulder and shit.
He be
and she's
tossing
too
her
damn
too.
tall and
Back.
big to be getting that done. Her long ass, should be swinging.
Like she's shaped like a branch.
Okay, she is too tall to be getting snatched.
And on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. This was the You On What Just Say podcast, and we signing out. Peace.
I ain't done talking.